lizard, lizard.
This is the worst piece. After these messages, we'll be right back. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Phoenix jumped in right as I was turning the volume down to switch scenes over. It's been a week. It's been a week. My apologies for Tuesday, but, you know, we got to practice what we preach around here. And when the self-care calls, you gotta accept the charges for the people that are old enough to understand that reference. Ah, why am I rolling backwards?
Stop it! Stop!
Damn rollerblade wheels. Anyway, nice to see ya. I am back. I am alive. And I'm glad everyone else is here too. Seema! Seema! Remember how Seema missed the last race on Friday? That means Seema's unfortunately been locked in the Ames for damn near a week now, since we didn't stream on Tuesday. But that's all right, Seema. Doors are open. You can now leave, but you'll have to come back in a few hours for Marbin by the bagful. So enjoy your couple of hours of freedom and then come right back to prison. I mean Ames. But Seema! Nice to see you. Waddy! Welcome in, Waddy. Nice to see you. Somebody let Seema out of the Ames. Done and done. Are we doing hot pizza tonight? So that was our original plan for Tuesday. But the big thing that really prevented Tuesday's stream was, as I mentioned last week, I've been having a bit of an arthritic joint problem flare up with one of my elbows, and it continued all the way through the week, through the weekend and through the week, and around Tuesday was really where it got to its worst. It was to where I was basically on a maximum stacked dose of acetaminophen and ibuprofen, and to the point where, like, I guess I can sort of demonstrate. It's mostly so, like, with my left hand, everything's fine, you know. I can touch myself in the face. With my right hand, I was about limited to this much range of movement in terms of, like, straightening my arm, and about this much is as close as I could get my arm to my face. I could get to about here, but getting any closer to my face, I just couldn't do it. So, with all that being said, the idea of attempting to make a pizza in that state was not going to happen. Layup! So the act of even attempting to make a pizza in that state was just not going to happen, and yeah, was just in a lot of pain, and my sleep has been really bad because, like, you wouldn't think, but, like, it's really hard to find a position where you can sleep that doesn't involve an elbow. And then on top of that, elbow aside, it is the end of freaking April, and we ran out of heating oil. It is so close. So close to, like, warm enough to not need it, but our nights have still been, like, at or below freezing. So up through today, I've had very cold sleeps, but I've been at work every day, so I haven't had to deal with it too much. And then on top of that, our house has not had a roof on it. As of this afternoon, it has half a roof on it. So the area over my head has a roof on it. The other half still does not have a roof on it. I don't know if it's they'll finish it on Monday thing, or if I'm gonna have to listen to that over the course of the weekend. I don't know. But it's been, and then on top of that, this was week 1 of my 2-week stretch where my boss is out in Colorado for family stuff, and I'm basically the sole person in my office, tech-wise, physically. I have my other coworker, but he never comes to the office because he lives further away than I do. So I had to drive in all 5 days today. So today really threw me for a loop, because Fridays historically for years have been my work from home in my pajamas day, and having to get up and go to work on Friday really just screwed up the old brain head. So I kept thinking today was Thursday. I kept having to correct myself, but and there was a couple of moments, like an hour ago, where I slipped into that mode of it's Thursday, like looking down at my phone, wondering when Phoenix or Lamp was going to start streaming, and then being like, no, they streamed yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday, you big dingus. So, but yeah, I think all those things compounded, but at least I wasn't locked in the Ames for the last week. So I guess we'll take that as a win. And then also, because my boss is away, I've been trying to, the beginning of the week, I told myself, you take advantage of this, assuming nothing blows up or burns down, and you have, like, actual just time in the office. Use it to write, because you are damn far behind on that book you need to have finished in, like, 5 to 6 weeks. And What you really need to do is you need to sit down and make a push on it. Like, I know the story. That's all there. Everything's mapped out. I just have to write it, you know? So I sat down to try to do that on Monday. And today is now Friday. And between Monday and Friday, I have written a one-man show in its entirety. A full script. Act 1, Act 2. Taking about 2 hours to perform as I sit and read the dialogue. So I wrote that. The book I wanted to work on, not a word. Not a single word. And this isn't even something that I've had like, oh, I've had this idea in my head for a while. This literally came out of nowhere on Monday. Because I went down a weird rabbit hole after seeing a random just piece of local news. And I ended up jumping through a couple of unconnected topics, landed on an idea, and now it's Friday and I'm in my first revision of this full-length one-man show that I've written with, I guess now, every full intention of me playing this one-man show myself. So it was a productive week, but not in the way I needed or wanted or expected it to be. And then the fact that, like, through all this week, like, typing is not comfortable, has not been comfortable with this elbow thing. But it was there, and it just kept coming and coming. And oh my. So, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. So I think that about sums up the last week. So I will jump back over. I'm probably way behind in chat now, but I'll jump back over and we will continue our greetings and catching up on everyone. Where were we? Waddy's question about the hot pizza. So that's the answer. I did not have the capacity or the facilities, the physical facilities, to actually make pizza, coupled with the fact that my house has been cold all week because, you know, no more heating oil. So making a pizza was not something that I felt like I could do in addition to the fucking elbow problem. So I'm resetting and prepping all that shit this weekend, and we're giving it a go for Tuesday. So it's a week after I said I was going to do it, but our next stream on Tuesday will be this crazy Chat Chooses My Fate Part 2 stupid hot pizza stream. All right. Happy Friday, Seema says Waddy couldn't come soon enough this week. Oh, it was one of those combination, like, the week seemed like it lasted forever, and it also seems like it was gone in a blink. Probably because I spent all week writing a fucking show. I don't know. It's definitely been a week, that's for sure. HB! It really has been. Phoenix! Welcome. Howdy. Cannot agree more. I'm still at work. Got a couple more hours, and then you're out of here.
We've tried nothing, and we're all out of ideas.
Time! Welcome in, Tom. Nice to see you. Happy Friday. That was delayed. GG being alive, everyone. We like being alive. All right, and then we got Lamp in here. Arthritis sucks, says Seema. I know that for a fact. Please take care of yourself. That's what I did. That's why I had to take Tuesday off, and I did go to bed early, and I did get a lot of sleep, and it did help. Wednesday was a better day. I've still been just stacking the pain meds every morning. I didn't take any yesterday morning because I thought I could get through it, and by the end of the day, I was really hurting. So I took a smaller dose this morning, but that's all I've taken today. I haven't taken any more. So, and I'm, you know, I've got most of my range of motion back. I still, like, it is a specific spot. I can show you. It is right here. It is just, I don't know what's right there, but that's the thing that apparently most of your arm motions use that spot right there. So what you're saying is, oh, that's Jim. Jim! Welcome in, Jim. So what you're saying is we would have had to look at your face. So you wanted to avoid subjecting us to that. Oh, funny guy. I don't get the difference. I know. This freaking mug right here. Well, at least once we're playing the games, it'll be smushed into that corner and much smaller, so you can just like put a hand up there and you don't even have to look at me at all. Classic creativity. I know, it's like I can't be mad because it was a fucking rocket worth of creativity and I got a whole show out of it. But like,
so happy 'cause I'm
come on. It just makes me feel like but when the muse strikes, it strikes, and you'd be remiss to not do everything it tells you before it fucks off again into the wild blue ether. Classic ADHD moment: sitting down to do one thing and doing something completely different. It's also like, what is that term? I recently learned there is a term for it, but it's where you know you have something to do, and you will do everything in the world except the thing that you need to do, even if you want to do it. You know, there is a term for it. I'm sure I'll remember it. So there is a term for it. I know that much. Is the place warm? It is warming up as we speak. It's getting there. Eric, I saw that you and I had the same take on a character portrayal. Only you and me noted that. It's about the stun hun? Is it about the stun hun? Surprised more people didn't. Eric's week sounds just as crazy as mine. Slept from 10:30 p.m. Sunday to 4 a.m. Tuesday because of being sick. Then getting the most unexpected surprise call on Wednesday. Got your top surgery scheduled for Wednesday next week! And getting all the appointments and whatnot done and prepper for that. GG's HB! Excellent! Got 3 excellents for you, HB. Glad to hear that. And we're super stoked for you. Muse, Fickle Mistress, and hell of a band. Procrastination. It might be executive dysfunction, but I think there's a more specific term. It's not something avoidance. I don't know. I'll have to find it again, and I'll let you know when I do. But there's a specific term for it. But so you were engaged in the time-honored tradition. Thank you for the 10-bit, CB Geek, and kicking us off dancing. Anyway, what was that comment? You were engaging in the time-honored tradition of creating your own part, because why not? I mean, it's not like of course, kind of. Come on, chair. No, go this way. God, these fucking wheels. I love them, but I hate them. Ugh. Okay. We're not rolling no more. On the one hand, it's like, I wrote it because the idea was there. But of course, on the other hand, I think anybody that writes a one-person show on some level might have at least some inkling or sneaking suspicion that maybe I'm writing this because it's something I would like to do or a part I would like to play. Granted, it's a weird one. And again, okay, so the show is I wanted to do a full revision before I even talked about it, but I already started talking about it. So so the show is called Arthur Will Be President. And it's about one of the two United States presidents that came out of the state of Vermont. The first of the two, actually, about Chester A. Arthur, who's one of like the forgotten presidents of history. And how I even got to that topic, it was Monday morning. I was just skimming through the local news like I usually do, just to see if I missed anything. And there was a news article that had to do with the Bennington Battle Monument, which for probably everyone out there who's not from Vermont and has no idea what that is. Oh, we're kicking off the hype train.
Cornelius got drafted by Jim today.
We got Jim starting a one Jim hype train to start this Friday off right. Some awesome folks in there getting those gifted subs. Call me Aurelius.
Today gifted a tier 1 sub to
Kai. Way to go, 98 or 88. Oh, and Waddy resubbing 62 months. Thank you, Waddy. 62 months. Absolute legend. CP Geek, 100 bits on the hype train. Keeping the cacophony going.
Oh. Incredible what he just re-enlisted.
Okay, that's a move I can't really do still. If I have my... Oh, that hurts. Okay. Yeah, I can't pull my hand to my chest and then lift my arm up. I still can't do that.
Lizard. The
cacophony, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in my lizard wounds. Well, thanks, everybody. 84% level 2 hype train. That's a heck of a way to kick off a Friday. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Jim, for the five gifted subs kicking that off. Waddy for the resub, 62 months. CB Geek for the 100 bits, 109 bits. I should say.
I shit my pants in the middle of Aldi. I only went in to get some fucking Garibaldi. A big hot log right next to the...
All right, next verse, everyone sings along. All right, 1, 2, 3.
I shit my pants in the middle of Aldi. I just went in to get some fucking Garibaldi. A big hot log right next to the pasta. I've been banned from Aldi, so I'll have to go to Asda.
Great job, everyone. You sounded wonderful. And thank you, CB Geek, for another 50 bits onto that hype train. 87% of level 2. Y'all are absolute legends, and I appreciate it.
We've tried nothing, and we're all out of ideas.
Oh, Jim playing a sound. Is that the first time you played a sound alert? Because I don't know if I recall seeing you've played sound alerts before. So if that's your first one, good choice. You stole that one from Rickshaw Tom. That's usually the one he plays. Which is fine. Nobody owns a sound alert. So you're saying you have arthritis? Oh my God, Phoenix. I'm sure somewhere in the back of my mind, deep in my subconscious, there was the part of me that loves puns that been like, I've been dealing with this arthritis for a while. And then we start digging into Chester A. Arthur lore, and somewhere back there it goes, arthritis. God. Needed a big finish. Well, that's yep, a big finish in the Aldi. A big hot log right next to the pasta. That'll do it. I hear it has half a roof at the moment. Also top. Yeah, so our roof is being replaced. We're not just missing a roof, but our old roof is sitting on the lawn. And it looks like, I mean, I didn't get a whole great look at it, but it looks like they got about half of it done. You know, the new roof on. And we're going from a beat up old green roof to a sleek and sexy looking black roof, which in the wintertime should improve the what heat we're able to absorb from the sun. Conversely, that means it'll probably be a little warmer in the summer, but it's Vermont. We deal with more winter months than we do summer months. So that felt like a better trade. And the fact that fucking kerosene is a lot more expensive than electricity running an air conditioner. So seems like a decent trade there. Heat. But yeah, the train of thought, because we got a hype train put this other train of thought on a sidetrack, literally a sidetrack. So the train of thought that led me to Chester A. Arthur was, I saw this news article that had to do with the Bennington Battle Monument. And for those of you that aren't aware, the Bennington Battle Monument it's the second tallest freestanding memorial in the United States, second only to the Washington Monument, which is also the exact same shape. It's like a slightly shorter version of the Washington Monument, with some design differences. But it's in the southwest corner of Vermont, where it's a pain in the ass to get to from any direction because there's no interstates. But it's there, and it was built to commemorate the Battle of Bennington, which is considered the big turning point in the Revolutionary War. And the fun fact about that is the Battle of Bennington wasn't even fought in the town of Bennington, Vermont. It was fought just over the border, 7 miles away in New York. But regardless, it was the Battle of Bennington, and we have a big tower that's like a 300-foot stone tower that looks like the Washington Monument to celebrate that fact. And as a government employee of this great state, that is one of the random days off holidays I get every year is Bennington Battle Day, which is like, I think it's in August. It always kind of sneaks up on you. But so anyway, there was a news article about the Bennington Monument and how the Park Service has to raise like $250,000 or something in order to do flood abatement and repairs, because apparently like the whole bottom of it is just full of water right now. So like the elevator doesn't work, and they stopped giving people access to the stairs like decades ago. So you can go to the monument, but you can't like go up to the platform right now because the elevator shaft is full of water, and you're not allowed. I don't know. I think maybe the stairs aren't safe, or they aren't up to code or something. I don't know. But in any case, I was reading that article, and then I read through it, and I was like, well, one, I've lived in this state most of my life, and I've never been to the monument. And I was curious, what does it actually look like from the observation area? Because it's all stone except for these like really narrow windows about 2/3 of the way up the building, and that's where you can view out from there. So I started Googling around, and I ended up on Wikipedia trying to find like where if someone had posted pictures of what it actually looks like outside, and it was really underwhelming about how I thought it would be. But I guess through this window you can see way up into Vermont, through this window you can see over into New York, and from that window you can see down into Massachusetts. But that's also not really saying much, because it is like at the most bottom left hand side of the state as you can get. So like you could probably, if you got to the very top, you could probably spit into New York. So I've driven past it a few times, but again, I've never gone. So what I then did is I went to the state of Vermont site, the state park site about the monument, because I was like, oh, how much does it even cost to go there? So I went up there and I was poking around trying to find other stuff like that. And like they're still selling tickets to go tour the monument, but you can't go up. you can't go up it. And I'm like, that just doesn't seem worth it. So while, you know, it'd be one of those things that'd be nice to do at some point in my life, I'm probably not going to do it this year, you know, at least until I can go up into the monument. And then, you know, on the site for the Park Service, there's a list of all the other sites in the state. And I was just skimming through it and seeing some of the other ones like that I knew about that I had never gone to. And one of them was the Chester A. Arthur house. And I was like, I don't know if I've ever seen that one. I've seen pictures of the Calvin Coolidge house from my American Politics and Government class, but I don't recall ever seeing the Chester A. Arthur house. So I clicked on that one, and it opened it up, and it's just like a nondescript yellow house. I'm like, well, that's kind of boring. And then there's only like one or two paragraphs of text about it, and it was basically saying how this is our best guess to what this location is and to what the structure was, because the records aren't great, and this is based on hearsay and public record. We think it was here, and this is a rebuilt building based on what we think the building was that was here. But in the years since that's been built, it seems that consensus has shifted to being like, that's actually the neighbor's house. So the house they built and where they built it wasn't even his. I was like, that's kind of wild. Like, how, like, it seems weird that that's information they wouldn't have and they wouldn't know. So I jumped over to the Chester A. Arthur Wikipedia page and started reading through that, just, you know, to see if I could corroborate any of that. And then come to find out, like, it's not just that's missing. There's whole massive chunks of his life that there is no record for. And it's not like he was like, you know, the third or fourth or fifth president, like a really early president. Like, it was the late 1800s, right into right at the cusp of the 1900s. So like, there was records, there was newspapers, like, we were an established nation at that point. And I'm like, why are there no records? Is this weird? This is weird. And that just sort of snowballed into reading all this shit about Chester A. Arthur. And most people, the only thing they know about him is he's the butt of presidential jokes, being amongst a handful of other like unknown and forgotten presidents. And like, what I immediately think of when I think of Chester Arthur is a scene from The Simpsons where there's like a school pageant or something, and Bart comes out as John Wilkes Booth and is like shooting Nerf shots at everyone, and he says, like, I don't know, he calls out Chester A. Arthur in that moment. I don't even remember what the scene is, but like, that's one of the things, like the pop culture things in my mind that sticks out about that. So Bennington Battle Monument turned into a deep dive into why is there so little in the historic record outside of like official presidential correspondence and records, like the stuff that the federal government kept. Why is there almost nothing outside of that about this dude? And I have now written a full length 2-hour long one-man show about Chester A. Arthur from Chester A. Arthur's perspective, that takes place entirely the night before he dies, which I circled in on that because the night before he died, he ordered his assistants to burn all of his documents, everything, cases and cases and cases of documents. All of his personal history, his correspondence, his letters, everything. He ordered it all to be burned. At that point, he was basically on his deathbed from Bright's disease, which is like a progressive kidney disease, which I guess he got diagnosed with in the second year of his presidency. And he was only president for most of one term, because he, as you may or may not know, he only became president because President Garfield was shot in the back by Charles Godot, which you may or may not know. So he became an accidental president and essentially served out the rest of Garfield's term. And then because of his poor health and the fact that he burned a lot of bridges in Washington, decided that he wasn't going to run. He wasn't going to run for another term. But in looking all that up, you know, he actually led a pretty interesting life and a pretty two-faced life as well. So did a lot of really shady and corrupt things, but also spent the last couple of years of his life, including once he made it to the presidency, doing his best to mend the error of his ways and be a better person. So I found an interesting story there, and it's an entire one-person show based on his perspective, the last night of his life. And it would kind of be a fun part to play. And also, if nothing else, like in terms of acting and being an actor, I kind of look the part. Just have to shave that part of my beard. And like that wouldn't be a far cry. I don't know. That's what I think. So, and one of the fun facts about him, he was such a fashionista that like one of the big things about him was that he owned 80 pairs of pants. And he changed his pants multiple times a day. Multiple. He was Elegant Arthur, the gentleman boss. He owned 80 pairs of pants. So, yeah. So that's how I spent my week. Should I have been writing this novel that I've promised to have done the first week of June? Yes. But I wrote this instead. And you got to do what the muse wants. Anyway, let me go back into chat here, see what I probably missed a lot, but see, I'm not sure. I think I did once before. You explained how to do it because Luddites are about playing a sound alert. But yeah, you done it, Jim. You done it. Now you can keep doing it because it's fun. I've seen it to and from Vermont, the Bennington Battle Monument. Take that, New York. Oh, Pudge needs a hug. Everybody hug Pudge. 1, 2, 3. Hug! Pudge! You all right, Pudge? No worries about snot. Not really. Had a long day after a long night and just need something. I don't know what I need, so I'm eating a burrito is... I mean, for what ails ya? A burrito is a pretty good... I'm not saying it's a fixer, but it's a pretty nice addition to any situation. Like, I can think of some of the worst moments of my life, and if I had a burrito, it'd probably be a little bit better. 2 days ago, it was 68 degrees. Woke up pouring sweat, says Jim. So I turned off the furnace, broke out spring jacket, and last night it dropped to 10 degrees. Blizzard is closed, highways, snow returned. Gotta love spring. Blankets required till spring warmth returns. So I get why you so chill. Oh, man. Yeah, and we're in that weird position here. It's like, it's been like, 50, 60 degrees, in America units, in freedom units. During the day, the sun's been out, so it's been nice. But then come night, it's, dropped down to what for you would be like 0 to -2, right below freezing. Which, isn't bad. But, it's sort of chill that, it gets into the floorboards and everything. And like, I mean, admittedly, once I'm in bed and like the blankets are warmed up and everything, I slept great. And that nice cold air, I slept really good. You know, once I found a position where my elbow didn't hurt. So it's that double-edged sword there of like, I sleep really good in the cold, but you got to get to that point where everything is like warm enough, and then that it's not too cold to like pull too much warmth through the blankets, so you end up staying, you know, slightly chilled. But no, it was pretty much perfect. Oh, I did not want to get out of bed this morning. Millhouse is playing Lincoln at Ford's Theater where Bart attacks him, then he attacks the other kids with the Nerf. That's what it was. Look out, it's John Wilkes Booth! Bryce disease was also what H.P. Lovecraft died from. Oh, I didn't know that. It's Bag and Sack and Berry. Bag and Sack and Berry. Bag and Sack and Berry. Wow. I haven't thought about that guy in a while. A burrito is a warm hug for the tummy. That is true. That is true. A delicious, delicious warm hug. And then depending on, you know, how much is in it for beans and stuff, it's like dinner and a show. It's like dinner and a show.
I thought that's...
All right, let's we're gonna roll this scene here. Just so I can stop thinking about it. All right, so this is the scene in question.
Civil War would never end. Now to soothe my head with an evening at Ford's Theater. Oh no! John Wilkes Booth!
Hasta la vista, AB.
Come on, boy! Finish him off!
You're next, Chester A. Arthur.
That's what
Hand me, Yankee.
That's what it was. You're next, Chester A. Arthur. Anyway. Looks like I am caught up on chat here, so that's awesome. Got a side of rice and beans for the burrito, if the burrito is enough. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's a good side too. And it's a nice complete protein on the side as well. Rice and beans. Makes a complete protein. Ate me some Yitza Pizza earlier whilst wearing my Yitza Pizza shirt. You're going full meta, CB Geek. You're out of control! Well, Tuesday we will be making our super hot pizza. For better or worse. I don't know how Yitza it's going to be, but, you know, we'll do it. We'll do it. Come hell or high water. Yitza! Pizza! Let's fucking go! But yeah. Our drink this evening is drink 4 out of 4 from the Polar Dessert Cart, the updated Polar Dessert Cart. This is vanilla cupcake. I don't often save what seems to be the most boring one for last, but this is how I happened to grab them in this order. So let's get a little crisp here. Ooh, that one was really satisfying. That was really satisfying. Oh, it smells like that really sugary, like, grocery store bakery frosting. You know? It's like it's got so much sugar in it, it's almost gritty. It has that gritty texture to it. It smells just like that. It smells just like that. And it's even got some of those elements. It's yeah, like a white vanilla cake with vanilla frosting cupcake. Damn. They really went above and beyond with these to like nail the nuances of the flavor. Anyway, cheers, Sláinte. Happy Friday. And it's so accurate, I almost don't like it. Because, like, a grocery store, like, comes in the plastic clamshell package. You know what I'm talking about. Like, that sort of cupcake or baked good is so sweet. I just don't really like it. because it's so damn sweet. And this is hitting all those same spots, and I'm like, oh, it's so sweet, but it's not. I'm just perceiving it because of the accuracy. Yeah. If you can find a Polar Dessert Cart 12-pack, specifically this one with the vanilla cupcake, the strawberry rhubarb, the apple crumble or apple crisp, and then whatever the other one was, it's worth checking out just for like accuracy's sake, because this is crazy. Who you call a vanilla cupcake? Spicy pizza on Tuesday? Hell yeah, that'll be some great prep entertainment. Well, I'm glad I ended up having to delay it a week, so we'll do our best there. Holy crap, I need to get a freaking haircut. My hair's been doing this like troll doll thing. Because it's to the point where it's not long enough to just stand up, and it's like it's kind of doing the troll doll thing. Oh well, maybe I'll throw that on the agenda. We'll see how ambitious I get. But yeah, other than that, that was our week. I spent today, I got my first revision of Act 1 and then the first scene of Act 2 finished. So technically I got the show done yesterday, and today was my first day of revisions. So that's like, I started it like it was afternoon on Monday. So then Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday. By the end of the workday Thursday, everything was there. So 3.5 days, got a full length one-man show done, like 50 something pages. Hashtag humble brag. It's also not the first time I've banged out a show in like a week, but it's a rare occurrence. And I think the last time I did that was, God, I think it was Shard of the Silver Spectre. I think I ended up getting that one. Like, the idea and everything was there, but the actual nitty-gritty writing of it, I think, was done in 3 days. And then before that was like 2013. I wrote a one-act show called A Matter of Fact and I wrote that over the course of like a week. So it's not without precedent. Also, fun fact, this is the second show that I've written about a president. Because there's another one I wrote well over a decade ago that until earlier this week I had completely forgotten about. And I was in the bathroom at work, and then I just remembered it. And I was like, holy fuck, I forgot I wrote that. I wrote a two-person show, a two-person one-act, with called Nixon Ford, and it was starring Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. And that was centered around a moment in time not in the Nixon tapes, where Nixon and Gerald Ford, right before Nixon stepped down from president, but the two of them went into the Oval Office. Nixon's tapes weren't running. None of the aides were present. No one knows what they talked about, but they were in there for something like 67 minutes. And then when Nixon and Ford came out, Nixon was like, okay, I'm resigning. But when Ford went in, he was still like fire and brimstone, like, the people are wrong. I'm no quitter. I'm not giving up. So something in that 60, like that 6-7 minutes, got Richard Nixon to decide to resign because of this long conversation he had with Jerry Ford. Write something about Calvin Coolidge. I like the way his name sounds. Well, fun fact, Calvin Coolidge is the second of 2 presidents to come out of the state of Vermont. So if this if this Chester Arthur one turns out to be a hit, well, the natural thing to do would then be to go back to the well and write myself a Calvin Coolidge piece. And that could also be an interesting part to play, but because show to write and part to play because Calvin Coolidge was most famously known as Silent Cal. He's a man that was a man of few words and wasn't much for conversation. He was a very quiet man, much like myself. You know, you wouldn't know it. No, you wouldn't know it just if you only know me on stream. But like, I don't talk a lot. It's a waste of breath and a waste of energy. I don't like to fill space with words if I don't have to. I like comfortable silence. So, who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I will, Pudge. Maybe I will. But like Calvin Coolidge, like compared to Arthur, he's like they both did some pretty seedy, shitty stuff. Well, then again, like, give me an American president who doesn't have some red in their ledger. Fuck yeah! Could this be the start of a series of plays about obscure presidents? Well, I mean, the one about Benjamin Harrison, I'd struggle to make a 10-minute play because he was president for a month. He was the president for 1 month, and he died. I think he was the 8th. No, he was the 9th. He was the 9th president, and he was president for a month. Again, no one knows for absolute certainty why he died, but he was old. And then he also, his inaugural address was over 3 hours long, and it was outside in Washington, D.C., in the rain in January. So you have an old man out there giving a 3-hour speech, soaking wet, and he was dead in a month. So there's an old poem, there's an old like little kid's poem that goes along with it, so you remember who he was, where he was, and what happened to him. And it goes Harrison 9 went for a ride, caught a cold, and so he died. Yeah, this just isn't exactly the fact, but anyway. But I mean, yeah, who knows? Maybe of all the plays and styles and niches I've tried to get into, and I fall into one about obscure presidents. I mean, notoriety's notoriety. I'll take it. Teddy's the closest I can think of. Choo choo! Here I thought it was Tom Ford. It's Cynthia Nixon. Imagine that. Imagine like that. Okay, we have a play called Nixon Ford. It is about that Oval Office encounter. Everything is done straight up, like an actor playing Richard Nixon, an actor playing Gerald Ford. But they are playing a part. And the person playing Gerald Ford, they're playing Tom Ford playing Gerald Ford. And the person playing Richard Nixon is playing Cynthia Nixon playing Richard Nixon. Because it's theater, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. This is our niche now. We'll be rich! Rich! Richest forgotten presidents. So yeah, I wasn't expecting my week to go this way, but hey, we'll see. I mean, the big next step is, okay, once I have my script, what I consider done, what am I going to do with it? Of course, the natural thing is to like bring it to my artistic director and be like, I wrote a thing. I know we used to do one-person shows in September. We haven't for a few years. Maybe? That would be an easy way to premiere it. Otherwise, like there's other venues. If I wanted to go the route and just completely self-produce a small production, just fund it, put it up, see if anyone wants to contribute to it for like, kudos in the program and stuff like that. Maybe I could even see about doing a tour to a couple of different important places. I could perform it at the Not Chester A. Arthur House. The one thing though is like if I did something like that, I'd have to live with those because he had the mustache that went from the nose up the chin to the ears. Like not to the extent of a Martin Van Buren, but like I mean I've worn that for roles before. But like I'd have to keep that for a while. MySpace Tom! Nice to see you, MySpace Tom. Welcome in, welcome in. I am doing better. I can just about straighten my right arm. I realized I still can't. I can get to about nipple height if I'm touching my chest, but I can't bring it much higher than that. Oh, just I got this one spot right here that still hurts like a bitch, but it's a lot better than it was. So thank you. Budge will fly out and run lights. Thanks. It'll be a team effort. But yeah, I mean, and set design wise, the whole thing takes place in like his personal library at his house at 123 Lexington in New York City. And it's just in this one, it's just going to be this one room. You got these 2 bookshelves at the back of the room that have boxes on them. They're the boxes of his documents. And they have words or phrases written on them that correspond to key events in his life. And the conceit of the show is he's going through the documents and he's sort of walking the story of his life, and the things in the boxes, be them objects or files or things like that, they move the story along, and he's going through these boxes and sorting stuff, getting them ready, and it ends with him telling like all of these, burn them, get rid of all of them, blah blah blah. So but yeah, other than that, like just a couple shelves, like half a dozen actual boxes, and then like a half a dozen just dummy boxes that aren't used. And then a couple chairs, a desk, maybe a bed. I haven't decided on that yet. Like he's been working so hard that he sleeps in there. I don't know. Because he's also like almost dead and he's trying to get this done. And then beyond that, I would need a well-tailored suit. It wouldn't have to be made out of silk, but it would be nice. A well-tailored suit and several pairs of pants. Because before he even speaks a single word at the top of this show, he walks in and he takes his pants off. He drops trow. Because he had 80 pairs of pants, and goddamn, he was going to wear them. So first thing he does, he walks in, he's dressed in this amazing looking suit, takes his pants off, puts on a new pair of pants. I haven't decided how many times he's going to change his pants through the course of the show. I'll have to figure that out, but it's not going to be full 80 times. Come on, let's not be ridiculous. But there's, I believe, 11 scenes, 12 if I keep the finale that it's not so much a finale as like a postscript little speech thing. It'd be 12 if I kept that in, but otherwise it's 11 scenes. I don't think he's going to change his pants 11 times. There is an intermission. But anyway. Dude, Portland would eat this shit up. A Chester Arthur jacket would cost a fortune, especially if you changed 90 pairs of pants in play. We're sorry, team. We sold out. We sold out the entirety of the run, but we just didn't make any money. But why? Well, our costume budget went way over. What do you mean the costume budget? Well, there was the one suit. And it was that would have been fine, but just it's the 80 pairs of trousers. The 80 pairs of trousers sunk us. So here's your cast gift. Everyone gets a pair of stage-worn trousers. Sometimes more than one. But yeah. I don't know yet. I don't know what the next step. The next step, I still have to finish my first revision. And then my second, and then my third. That's part of my process. And then have a couple of trusted proofreaders go through it with a pencil, like a physical copy, and like find stuff that my eyes missed. So it is a process for my scripts to turn around like that. But pants, we bought 90 pairs of pants, 80 plus yeah, exactly. You don't go out there with the exact number you need, because shit's gonna happen. You're gonna snag it on a corner of one of these boxes and rip a pocket. Gonna bend down to tie my shoes and just rip myself wide open from ball sack to butt crack, which I have done. I have done that on stage. I have done it. I don't think anyone noticed.
And let me shit.
In case you shit them.
Forget about this.
I haven't shit my trousers, but it could happen. Yeah, right. And monkeys might fly out of my butt. Does Vermont have a major clothier who could be a sponsor? There are clothing companies in Vermont, but I don't think any of them, not in that style. It's a lot of like outdoor gear, like outdoor type clothing, and like flannels and stuff like that. So your redneck shit and like fashion redneck shit. But I know some. I mean, I work with some fantastic costumers, and what I could probably do is just get a random thing and then have one of my costumer friends tailor it to me. That'd be the way to do it. Plus, one of them should be Tearaway just because. Oh yeah, well we have the big flash dance finale where he rips his trousers off, Magic Mike style, and struts around stage, and and pulls his tassels out, and just lays down on the front row, and people slip money for the cast and crew into his G-string. But I don't know if I'm gonna keep that yet. I don't know if that fits the vibe. But you never know which pair it is. So we get to that super emotional moment where he's talking about his dead wife, and then rip, hanging dong. Well, this is quite the conversation we've gone on tonight. It's quite the conversation we've gone on. So, now that you know what I've been working on, and now you can kick around your own ideas, I guess, and I'll keep you updated on the revisions and everything. I do believe we have a show. And then the big thing is finding a way, is this something I'm going to produce? Am I going to do this as a play in person? Is this going to be something that I set up and perform to a camera in lieu of having an audience and doing it that way, or both? Should I pick a scene or two of the really some of the real more interesting stuff and as a proof of concept, and should I record it to the camera monologue style and see if it works? Would you guys want to be a test audience for that? And another part of this is the building of the character of it is, he was president at a time where while there were audio recordings, there were none made of him. So no one really knows what he sounds like. There are descriptions of like how he was very well spoken. But he wasn't brash, he wasn't loud, but he was concise, he was verbose. And of course my big thing is like regardless of the fact he moved around a lot, he was a Vermonter. So should I play him with some level of what we accept as the Vermont accent? I don't know. Would it be worth playing him having at least some level of a Vermont accent? Because he is a president from Vermont, a rural one at that. Would it work to have some level of the Vermont accent in his lines? I don't know. It's something we'll have to think about. So, HBO special. One thing at a time. It would probably be YouTube first, if anything. I want an artistic credit listed. Pudge does as well. Everyone gets a credit. I mean, I'm bouncing all these ideas off all of y'all anyway. So there will absolutely be thanks to all of y'all here, but we'll cross that bridge, for spellings of names and stuff when we get to it. But yes, everyone will get credits where credits is due in this, because we're turning this into a team effort. Vermont, huh? Lots of buddies up that way. Yes, sir. Lots of buddies up this way. Fucking A right there, boss. We just get in the pickup truck, go on down. We gotta go out to the dump. But first, we gotta fill up the truck. But we're $4 a gallon. Jesus Christ, someone's getting rich, ain't they? Chat, we're gonna be famous. We're gonna be more famous than the forgotten president. Because there's more than one. So we got Chester A. Arthur, we got Calvin Coolidge, we got Harrison. Who else are we gonna throw in this list? Millard Fillmore. Maybe Millard Fillmore's in on this. Maybe Zachary Taylor, if we wanna pull in our neighbors in New Hampshire. Special thanks to my creative friends that tried to add some odd ideas to this show. We'll have to make sure that we have one Chester Arthur After Dark, where we can investigate some of the more risque ideas. No, let's not do that and say we did. Anyway, it is, wow, it's 10:15. We really got talking here. But we got to give you some dongs to the ringy dingy. I didn't forget. We just kept a yapping, but that's what your boy does. He yaps. So I'm gonna give you your dongs to the ringy dingy, and then we're gonna jump in and do a little banishing. Protect your hearing, folks. You only get 2 ears in this lifetime, and when you lose them, you lose them. But for that level 2 hype train, which was 87% level 2 hype train, 6 gifted subs, 169 bits. Thank you so much, everyone. 1 ringy dingy. Hitting the distortion, too. 2 ringy dingies. Rounding up to 3 ringy dingies. And 1 little extra ringy dingy for our forgotten president, Chester A. Arthur. Nice music. Pudge has asked for his artistic credit to be personally named. Well, I think we can arrange that. That shouldn't be a big deal. Thought I heard voices.
Lizard, 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 lizard.
Nope, just heard lizards.
Lizard, lizard, lizard.
Special thanks to my creative friends. Tears away pants. Whoosh. Yeah, and everyone's name is written on my legs and my cheeks. All right, let's fire up some banishers here. As we are here to do. And yeah, and any ideas anyone comes up with in terms of like either big macro ideas or tiny little ideas in regards to this show, let me know. I am all ears. Where the heck's my mouse? There you are. Thought you'd get away, huh? Why are you tucked up under there? You're never tucked up under there. What the heck-a-rooney happened here? I don't know how I tied that knot, but I did. All right, where we last left our heroes. Trying to remember, what were we doing last?
I'm afraid I locked us in when I broke the latch.
Oh yeah, okay.
We'll find it.
Okay, we got into this mine, we beat that thing, and now we just have to leave the mine. There's nothing else there to...
Lock looks broken. I doubt that gate will ever open again.
It's down this way. Ew. Break the walls down!
I know. Impressive. You banishers are quite something.
That's all her. I'm just the help.
Whee!
A banisher marched with my father's infantry. Good for morale, he said.
Soldiers usually carry their ghosts with them. War is good for our business.
I take it that's how you met. I know a soldier when I see him fight.
I never worked for the army, but something like that.
We'll come back for you, my friend.
My sympathy.
Why is she glowing? That's odd. Isn't that odd? I think that's odd. Hey, what's this then? Oh, never mind. Hey, where'd you go? Ah, here we are. Okay, make me yank the crank while you just stand by and watch.
All of this for 2 miserable powder boxes. How low has Pennington brought us?
If you didn't
Do a
like
barrel
him,
roll!
why did you follow him?
I followed his reputation, but he's no longer the same man.
What would you do in his place?
I'm doing it. He sits behind his walls waiting for them to fall, and I'm out here fighting to live. We're fighting for our lives. The captain is in the way.
These internal conflicts are a risk for the stability of the fort.
A necessary risk for the survival of all. But I agree. This must end. You may leave the crates. I'll send someone back for them.
Yeah, the path should be quiet. We cleared the area of the Spectre's nest.
That's a relief. Follow me.
I'm trying to follow you. Where the heck are you going? Waiting on you, Helen.
White! Open the gates!
Priests! What are you lot waiting for? Open the gates!
Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in!
Make him understand, if you can.
Where can I find him?
He hides in his office. You'll find him there.
Let me out! Let me out! This is not a dance!
Good day to you.
Where are the others? Williams and the
Whoa!
other chap.
Matthews. We were ambushed. They fell.
May God have mercy on their souls.
There's ammo in the elevator. Send Shepard and Abbott to bring it back.
Grey weather.
Knock, knock. Anybody home? I got some pilfering I'd like to do.
Come play with Teddy.
Oh, that's a climb up spot. What we got in here? Locked? No, sir, I don't like that. How about this? War never changes. Is there any good reason to start a war? Yes, says the kings. No, says the widows. Who cares, says my military teachers. For we are soldiers paid to fight, kill, and die. Was there a way to avoid war with the Indians? Maybe. But there's been too much betrayal and too much blood spilled to ever settle peace again. We failed as a God-loving and rising nation, and I could be disposed for just writing this by people who never saw the dead bodies of the women and children, colonists and native alike, in the burnt ruins of their farms and villages at rainy dawns. I was among the soldiers who was sent to Bloody Brook after the massacre to count the bodies. I was among those who fought the great swamp fight of 1675, and I take no pride in this slaughter. My dreams are haunting me. I really hope this new command I took in this new Edentown will keep me away from any new war I will be asked to win. Well, that's heavy. Diddle-de-doo! Yoink! Legacy cache. Eliza, my grandfather has at last passed away, and I made sure he left me a small legacy. It isn't much, but it shall tie us over for the next year. Soon we shall be wed. When you are in need, find him. Fortune favors those who wake at daybreak. Forever yours. Eh? Well, doesn't seem like he needs it anymore. Well, let's hop down this hole here. Another bibble. Like a meeting house or something? Take note, the building is ramshackle. Access upstairs is restricted. Danger, objects falling. Oh, this is the armory. Expect the armory to be a little more armored. June or July 1695. Madam, though you do not know me and I not you, I am told by my commanding officer that you are betrothed to young Talbot Williams of the New Eden Train Band. A good man and brave. It is sad indeed that he is dead. On a sortie into the wilds in search of ammunition, young Williams and his comrades were beset by enemies most terrible. Alas, it pains me to tell you that they fell. We shall remember young Talbot as a man always quick to volunteer, and never complaining no matter the hardship imposed upon him for his service. There is not a soul in the train band who did not consider him a friend. Yours in our shared sorrow, Andrew White. Anything else in here? Can we go up on this side? No. Well, how do we get over to that stuff? Or is there just nothing up there? Oh! Oh, there's a whole other floor down there. Well, let's check this door first. Okay. Wasn't a whole lot of excitement there. Well, let's keep checking this building out. Going down the stairs, going down the stairs, going down the stairs, going down the stairs, going down the sideways stairs. Is this the jail? Yeah, this looks like a jail. Oh, another bibble. That pot is either for poop or for soup. Although, it's probably for both. Let's be real here.
Storeroom. Locked.
Oh, there's lots of boxes there. Can break through. I want to break on through to the other side, sir. I want it. I want it all, and I want it now. Dang, they got a good lock.
Storeroom. Locked.
Can she break on through? Actually, there looks like there's a room back there that we may be able to crawl into the storeroom through to be able. May have to investigate this area a little further. If you want it now, you gotta call J.G. Wentworth. I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth. 877 cash now. I have an annuity and I need cash now. I have long-term payments and I need cash now. Re-archives. Whichever records, report, and other documents were transported from New Eden are now locked upstairs in the armory. For access, see me. Okay, so there's records up there we're going to need to get.
A store. Fernando's?
Okay, can't get to that secret room from this side. We'll go in there in a second, buddy. I want in on their secret rooms where all the hot action takes place. This is how we got in there. We did jump a gap. Can we just... Maybe we need to fall down into it? We can't... How does one get in there? I wonder. I wonder. Okay, so there's that locked chest. That's probably got those records in it that note talked of. But I don't know how to... Well, I guess we can't do it yet, which sucks. Guess we got to do something else first. Like idiots. All right, well, we'll check out the store.
Closed.
Dang.
Are we in the right place?
Try next door.
Anyone home? No one.
Papers in Miller's name. We're in the right place.
Keep looking. Vardy reads English extensively.
Well, nobody's perfect.
He's organized.
Disorganized traders lose money.
What is this?
A sansa. It's a musical instrument.
Oh, it's one of those thumb pianos.
It's Bantu, from southern Africa.
Herewith remarked and confirmed that ownership of the store, heretofore known as the property of Mistress Rebecca Hardgrave, now passes entirely and without encumbrance to Ferdinando Miller, confirmed by the relevant legal authority, meaning me, to be registered as is required when circumstance permit. S. Pennington. Spennington.
Stock to trade. He hasn't unpacked it.
Maybe he intends to move on. And who could blame him?
Okay, locked crate. Alright. A piece of wood carved in the form of an amulet, but not yet finished.
He's making protective amulets.
He's making useless trinkets.
And he works hard to keep it away.
What is he afraid of?
What is he afraid of? What don't we know? Let's search the store.
Maybe with that out of the way, we can go from the other side? Hint obtained. Oh, we have two cases right now. I see. All right, well, let's do this case since we're here. Ah, there we go. Knock, knock. Avon calling.
Surprisingly high quality wares.
High quality?
Left
Where?
in New Eden with the means to buy.
What's this then? June 18th, Ingersoll's shop, luggage and jewelry box, 5 and 50. June 19th, blacksmith, luggage and furniture, 7 and 9. June 23rd, Ingersoll's shop, Rebecca's paintings and portrait, 3 and 10. June 24th, blacksmith, Rebecca's calligraphy kit, 1 and 4. Oh, it's just the register. I see.
He was doing surprisingly well for himself.
Take it from the
Where
register.
Did he get the inventory?
Last will and testament. I, Mistress Rebecca Hardgrave, in the town of New Eden, being of sound mind and firm intention, bequeath to Ferdinando Miller, in the eventuality of my death, my entire estate, including but not limited to the following items: 1 jewelry box, paintings and mirror, a collection of books, all baggage and their contents, a calligraphy set, sundry furniture, any and all cash money as held in my possession or in my business or with any bank, etc. So he's selling her shit. That's the inventory.
Rebecca's will. She was rich. She left him the lot.
That's where he got the inventory.
That's a little suspicious, isn't it?
The list matches his sales record.
Fernando Miller inherited Rebecca Hardgrave's wealth. Is trying to rid himself of a ghost. Oh. You think he drove her to it to get her money and everything? Seems kind of likely. So he kind of took advantage of her?
And I'll drop you. What are you doing here? Thieving, no doubt.
I'm no thief, Mr. Miller. I'm the Banisher. I brought Helen Priest back to the fort.
A Banisher? Thieves lie. How do you know my name?
'Tis my business to know. Red McCraith.
If you are a Banisher of ghosts, I have business for you. I'll pay.
Rebecca sent me.
Aye. I know about Rebecca. It was she who sent me to find you. She worries for you. Says she loves you.
The English have a word for that. Hogshite.
Good word. Was she lying?
Was she lying? You inherited her estate.
Whichever. It matters not. You're a Banisher. It is your job to get rid of her. Can you not just do your work?
Don't tell me how to do my job, buddy
Mr.
boy.
Miller. Now, I'll need to examine Rebecca's belongings.
I sold them. All of them.
You did? To who?
I don't know. People. I wrote it down. In the register. Read it, if you wish.
2 recent sales to the blacksmith and to Ingersoll's store.
What's the word around here?
A storekeeper hears much. What do you hear, Mr. Miller?
I'm a busy man. If you've a question to ask, then ask it.
About Helen Priest.
What think you of Helen Priest?
I don't think of Helen Priest. I stay out of her way. I hope she'll stay out of mine.
About Captain Pennington.
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
He has no problem with me. I have no problem with him. He respected Rebecca's wishes. He gave me what was mine. My freedom. Her estate. He saw me as a man and signed the papers to say so. And when them who saw different complained, he laid down the law.
About Jericho.
How are things in the fort, by your estimation?
Look around you. Things are desperate. Have you heard the sound of their bodies crashing against the wood? I am a man of courage. I have endured much. But this, it undoes me. I don't know what you people have done to this country, but there's little hope and no way out.
Show me your wares.
Your stuff looks good. Let's trade.
Now, my friend, we are conversing.
Yeah, what's he got? Fur, leather, linen, and wool. I have that, have that, have that. I guess I could use some more fur. Sure. Your home is well protected.
You've put quite the effort into protecting your home, haven't you?
You poked about my house without my say-so.
I know my business. So out of generosity, here's the truth. None of it works. Not the wreath, not the amulet. None of it works. Pretty, though.
His brooch is working.
It works. She hasn't come back. I can sleep now. I hear her calling, whispering my name. I wait to find her at my bedside. Our eyes meet. She stares. She won't leave me alone.
Spooky nooches.
She's an Akishi, a demon. Banish her. I'll pay you.
I need a job. I accept.
Later, Gator.
Farewell to you, Mr. Miller, sir.
You know where to find me. If you're buying, I'm selling.
All right, the blacksmith and Ingersoll. Okay.
Ingersoll store and the blacksmith. Noted.
He'd sold it all. Everything she'd owned. And fast.
Why the hurry?
Why the hurry?
If we track her things down, perhaps they'll tell us.
Well, it's another gate. That's up here. Bloody hatchet. My sweet Ethel, I have little time to write, and I do not know if you shall ever read this letter. We are besieged, and what attacks us is not human. The dead come, our men die, and our ammunition runs low. Pray for us. T. Knock, knock.
This requires a key.
Well, give me the kiss. Well, looks like we can't get in there, at least from here. What's this place, then? It's rather large.
Mr. Peabody, I shall drain the first boil. Ready?
That sounds
Same
gross.
Sodding question every sodding time. No, I'm not damn well ready.
Excellent. Then we'll begin.
Be careful, goddarn it! Careful! Ah!
I know. I know.
Gross.
Who the hell are you? Queen Mary Stuart?
Well, I've met Mary II, and she's a little prettier than I. I'm Red McCreath. I'm a banisher.
The banisher come to gloat at sick old Cotton Peabody. Well, piss off. There's a sudden stink of death in here, Scotsman, and it ain't from me.
What's the word around here?
What's the word around here?
No one tattles to me stuck in here. Captain came by once, worried for Andrew White. Seems the old boy screams in his sleep.
There's a lot of it about. White's a gate guard, right? What's his story?
He sees ghosts in his sleep. He's dreaming. Real ghosts come when you're awake.
About Captain Pennington.
Tell me about the captain. Speak freely, I'll not get back to him.
Let you get back to him. The captain is the best of us, and I'm proud to serve him. Proud, too, to give him my guidance when he'd call. Not that he calls no more. Suppose he has too much on his plate. Time's precious for the likes of the captain, eh?
About Helen Priest.
Tell me about Helen Priest. I promise it won't get back to her.
Lieutenant's wife. Stood second to the captain herself. Now she's in command. Quite the rise, no?
About Jericho.
How's life about the fort?
What do you want to hear? It's cold. We're hungry. Welcome to paradise.
Welcome to paradise. Where'd you fight?
Where did you fight, soldier?
None of your business, Scotsman.
This, comrade, is why no one wants to talk to you.
You're no soldier. You're a brawler and a rebel, and if you fought at all, I'll wager you lost. I'm a proper soldier, me. Self-made, too. Left the family farm and signed up to fight them Indians. I learned the hard way, in the blood and the snow. Fought under the captain himself, I did, and followed him here and joined the train band.
When did you get sick?
What's it to you? I'm not so sick as I can't give some nosy Scotsman what for.
When I'm sick, I get
He's
sadly...
sassy. Later, Gator.
As you were, Mr. Peabody. See you about.
Not like I can go anywhere anyways.
Okay, shirts. Rags. Anything we can pilfer? Now let's talk to the lady.
My apologies. I did not wish to hush you. I just prefer to focus on one patient at a time. Welcome to the infirmary. I'm Nurse Wings. Anne, if it sets you at ease.
I'm a banisher. Name's McCraith, but you may call me Red.
Red. A pleasure to see a friendly face, or any face at all. What can I do for you?
What's the word around here?
What's the word around here?
I don't see folk much. I stay here, keep to myself.
No visitors? No other patients?
Helen Preece comes when she can. Captain Pennington would sometimes visit Mr. Peabody, but I haven't seen him in a while now.
About Captain Pennington?
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
He fought King Philip in the Wampanoag. Led his company well, I'm told. It's not for me to like or dislike him, unpleasant though he may be.
About Helen Preece?
Tell me about Helen Preece.
The bold lieutenant's widow. He's dead some years now, and she's not remarried. She's as much a soldier as her husband was. A fighter. Commanding, too. Even dead, you can see his influence in her bearing.
I think I know how that feels.
About you?
What about you? How do you feel?
Oh, I'm alive and well. I'll not complain. I can be strong for those less fortunate.
You're a good soul, Nurse Wings.
Well, I do my best, Mr. McCraith. I'm sure you do yours.
How do you only have one patient?
Times being as they are, how come you only have the one patient?
Mr. Peabody's illness is unsightly. Fort Jericho has a history of contagion. Folk worry.
Do you not fear the infection?
Did you not fear infection?
If I did, I would not show it.
Well, what does he have?
What does he have?
Not my place to say. You'll have to ask him yourself.
I must insist.
I must insist. I have work to do here. I'd rather not risk infection myself.
Insist all you like. I'll not say. However, on an entirely unrelated subject, I assure you, you'll not catch the king's evil here.
Scrofula. Cured, some say, by the touch of a king.
Not many kings round here.
No. There's just me and my professional understanding of his condition.
How'd you end up here?
So, how'd you end up here? What brought you to nursing?
That, sir, is a personal question.
I'm a personable man.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing. I was sick as a child. Very sick. Afterwards, I swore I'd serve others when they were sick. And here I am. What about you?
I fell in love with a banisher.
I fell in love with a banisher. One of the best. Spent the happiest years of my life with her.
And where are they now?
Antea died in the meeting house in Eden Town.
Ah, that was you. I should have known. I'm so very sorry for your loss, Red. So very sorry.
Peace out, home slice.
Nurse Wings.
Farewell, and good health, sir.
All right, anything else we can pilfer? Echinacea did well on Old Miller's toothache. Chimichanga ramosa, or myrtle, for women's pain. I should not forget this one. Rumor of epidemic in the mines in the mountains. I'm forbidden to go. I am vexed. I learned today that oil of wintergreen may ease the king's evil. I pray I shall never need it. Raspberry bush roots heals dysentery, possibly also causes it. The cause of and solution to all of life's problems. W leaves, dried 1 week or more. Try tea with other plants. W oil, 2 drops, a sharp flavor. Pale yellow liquid, not pale brown. Maybe also try with a different type of wintergreen. I want wintergreen, unflavored for me. Oh, almost missed that one. First amputation, very young poor boy. Aw. Mind Law knows many herbal remedies and will teach me. I healed a soldier of a 5-day fever. Eupatorium perfilatum. Arnica root for back pain. Some response. Well, she's thorough. Takes a lot of notes. That's good. Well, guess she doesn't like people using the back door. And he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Can we go around to that back door? Not from this side. Don't mind us, nurse. We're just checking out your back door. I know it says it's locked, but you never know.
How often, Abigail, must we have this fight? How often must we argue?
We shall argue until you hear me.
I hear you all too well. I hear a hoggish harridan, a narrow nag, a selfish shrew.
One of these days, I shall poison your soup.
And the day before, I'll take you to the highest cliff and push you off it.
Love and marriage.
You're new. From where have you sprung?
Name's Red McGrath, a banisher, come from across the deep blue sea.
You look a landlubber to me. You should feel right at home. John Rumble.
What's the word around here?
What's the word round here?
Look around you. We're barely hanging on. You'll have to be Miller to enjoy the situation.
The merchant?
Aye, the fruit. He's the only one who'll leave Fort Jericho with more than he came with. Some people have all the luck.
About Pennington.
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
What about him?
I don't know. Is he a good commander? Do you like him? Does he have secrets, that kind of thing?
If, say...
This guy kind of looks like Lemmy.
If a blockhead, then I'd not say so. If, say, it was my wife's stupid idea for me to join the train band, I'd not say that neither.
About Helen Price.
Can you tell me anything about Helen Price?
A bold woman, clever too. I'll be glad to take her orders.
Sebastian Price.
I'm interested in Sebastian Price. Do you know him?
I did not, but I know the lieutenant's name. We all do. He died a hero. Call comfort to Helen, no doubt.
About your wife.
Are you a married man, John?
Aye, to Abigail. I count myself lucky. Are you married yourself, Mr. McGrath?
Marriage wasn't for us. But I suppose you could have called us man and wife.
No, you could not.
Marriage is a union conceived by men. Men are fallible.
Having regrets.
Do I detect a hint of regret?
Regret? Oh, I have no regrets. She's a fine woman, my wife. Finer than likes of me deserves. I'll not say a word against her. Not a word, sir.
Later, bro.
May you prosper in good health, John.
He that does good is of God.
All right, what's the wife got to say? Wait, where the hell'd she go? Oh, yoink! Waste not, want not. Oh, I wanted to talk to the wife. They were fighting so comically. Ah, well. Oh, we can't climb that ladder? Can't go in that door? We can't do anything. Can't do flipping anything here. Gosh! Oh, we can break these boxes. Yeah! Oh, what's that? Archives, whichever records report... Oh, we already saw that. I guess that's all over town.
Captain Pennington.
No time, no way out, no hope, no way in. No time at all.
The time! The time! Who's got the time?
Captain Pennington, sir.
Mr. McWraith, you live.
There's work to be done.
Work? You had work. A mission. To bring one last glimmer of hope. To gladden our hearts before the pit takes us all.
You secretive bastards haven't helped.
The job is done. There's no more hope and little enough time. All that remains is the pit.
That map of the mine?
Welcome to the last stand, McWraith. Welcome to the end.
I wouldn't surrender just yet, Captain. I found Helen Priest. We brought supplies.
A waste of effort on both accounts.
Hardly. We saved a life. Resupplied, you may save more.
For the sake of what? For the sake of days.
What a Debbie Downer.
Perhaps. You've saved no one. You've prolonged the terror. The dead will come. Our throats will feel their bony fingers soon enough. The end is inevitable.
People are ready to fight.
The people man the ramparts, ready to fight.
You sound like Priest. She has changed. Her return to Fort Jericho has made her impulsive, irrational, quarrelsome. I believe she did not fully grieve her husband's loss. Returning to the scene has, it seems, reopened the wound. It festers. She'll join the lieutenant soon enough. When our defences crumble at the last, the pit shall take us all.
What's the word around here?
As the commanding officer, you must know all the local lumps and bumps.
The lumps and bumps can smooth themselves. I have other priorities.
Tell me about yourself.
Tell me more about yourself and your career.
I did my duty and had the fortune to return alive. That's all. We who are intimate with war tell no tales.
I thought that too. I was wrong. Silence allowed my ghosts to prosper. 'Tis good to tell our stories.
If ever I do tell, I'll not be telling you, son.
Why'd you come to New Eden?
Why did you come to New Eden, Captain? Why here?
Far from the many wars we fight, you mean? I'd shot enough Frenchmen and more than enough Indians.
Did no one come with you?
Keep to your business, son, not mine.
It's just, there's a portrait hanging on the wall. A family.
I had a wife and daughter once. I'll not entertain you with their story.
Your retreat from New Eden Town.
Fair to say your tactical retreat from New Eden Town has not served you.
The town was doomed to fall to the curse. We disagreed on everything. There was nothing left to do but leave. We did not know there'd be no escape. Millsmith gathered the board and the governor let the affair flock to him. We never agreed on anything in the first place.
Thickskin is dead.
I crossed paths with the new Smith party. Thickskin did not make it.
Shame. She had a proper head on her shoulders. Without her, the band will suffer.
Lamentations in charge.
The governor is no more. His son takes charge. They rebuild as best they can.
Little Lammy Haskell? Truly? Well, better him than his father. May the vacuous peacock rest in peace.
How do things stand here?
How do things stand, Captain, as you see them?
Little has changed. The dead flood from the mines. We shoot them down and gain respite. Soon, the onslaught begins anew. The clock of our extinction ticks on towards the hour. We may no more defeat the dead than we may vanquish the ocean waves.
Folks have hope.
Folk have little enough hope, and you're leading them further into the darkness.
I've heard the whispers, the murmurs, the plotting from the shadows. We hold till the last. We resist, till retribution rises from the pit and drags us all to hell.
Well, that's something worth waiting for.
I fail to see the appeal of this slow agony.
How unfortunate. Because thanks to you and the time you bought us, the agony will be all the slower.
You're welcome.
Permission to take my leave, Captain.
And if I refuse it?
Are you trying to recruit me, Captain? Do you really think I'd take the King's shilling?
If I were to offer enough shillings, I'm sure of it. I need no new lieutenants. But if you wish, you may stay. This key unlocks the unused watchtower. You'll bill it while you're here.
We got to kiss. The captain gave us the kiss. That's some wintergreen. Anything else in here? No, not really. All right. All right, now we got to go.
On one hand, a captain beaten by the world. On the other, his rival, haunted and mutinous.
In a fort besieged by vengeful spectres.
There's something else.
Behind all the shit, there's something else. Something darker. Could be worse. Could be underground.
Yeah, it'd be a little warmer underground. All right, let's take a little seat by the fire here. Looks like we got a couple upgrades available. All right. The wristband. Oh, that takes a void splinter and a scourge accretion. Is that worth it, though? I don't know. What else do we have? Decoction? Let's see. That also takes a scourge accretion. 120 to 140. That's a pretty big step. We don't use this all that much. Let's wait on it. See if something else comes up. But we are about 3 minutes out from Jeffrey Bezos making us run an advertisement for his pleasure. So we're going to take a bio break here. So get up, stretch, refill your beverage, use the bathroom, do what you got to do. And we'll be back momentarily after we have done just that thing ourselves. And yeah, in the meantime, we do have a new song released by Silosia, which is called Her Poison. We're going to kick off with that as we go on this bio break. So enjoy. We'll be back momentarily.
It's not the way that I wanted it to be. It's not the way that I wanted it
All right, we're back. Let's get back into things here. All right, we're about 8 minutes past 11, so we got another 30 minutes or so, and then we'll jump over and play some Marb. So consider this your half-hour warning before things get marble-tastic. Yeah, not a whole lot of hot banishment action this stream. We're more just like doing the village grind, walking around, talking to folks, doing this stuff. Yoink! Ooh, key to military arsenal. Thank you. Oh, I think that's for the trunk up in that building that we couldn't open. All right, what we got in here? Avon calling. Another bibble. There's people talking, but I don't know where the heck they are. With the death of Private Forbury, according to Forbury's wishes, and to award his military exploits during the Battle of Bloody Brook, Teddy the Shadow is appointed to be the owner of Forbury's late properties, including his rifle. May the Shadow carry this fine gun with honor. It's a pretty badass name. This is like a bunkhouse or something. My sweet Ethel, some of my comrades are sick. I can do nothing for them, squeamish as I am. Matthew spent the night at the nurse's side, carrying spew in buckets. A good man, though he speaks little. I am cold, I'm hungry, I'm tired.
The giant horsecock weighs over 11
And the giant horsecock weighs over 11 pounds.
What?
There's fighting yet to do. Your Talbot. Well played, CB Geek, well played. Private Matthew's poetry. Shadows start to sing. The sky is falling. The days turn into nights. The specters are at my door. I hear them clawing at the gates. I can run, but I know I'll never escape. The shadows are my friends. I hear them calling out my name. I'm a living shell with no soul, just a ghost haunting his own house. I walk towards death, breathing my last breath. Mother used to say, death is only a horizon. I used to be afraid, but now I'm ready for my sun to set. I mean, that could probably be turned into a song really easy. My dearest Cotton Hill, he killed 50 men. I know it's been a long time, and I know you asked me not to write to you anymore, but you broke my heart the day you asked me to stop contacting you. I shall try one last time. I'm sorry to learn about your health, and I hope you will recover soon. Errol and I have a little girl. I know you never accepted my love for him, but we are happily married. We named our child Mary, like our beloved grandmother. We live in a beautiful little house. We have a cow and 7 chickens, and Errol has found work as blacksmith. It's not an easy life, but we have food on our table and fire in our hearth. I feel happy and loved, and I would like you to feel the same. I will try to send you some money. Until we hear from you, your worried sister, Waverly. Is she the Wizard of Waverly Place? Oh, there's a box out there. Oh, we can't bust on through that, can we? Oh, hello. What is that? Why is it glowing like that? That's interesting. Is anything else glowing like that? Huh. Intriguing. Okay, so there's a way to get back there as well. All right, we went up there. Well, we got that key for this other building. What's this over here? Yoink! This is where they have their rock concerts. Their lighting and sound system leaves a lot to be desired, though. Oh, here we go. This is the building that we got the key for the trunk for? Oh wait, I think we have to go around and go up to the roof. Vermont Sci-Fi and Horror Expo is this weekend. Got my Deadpool all ready. Woo! Where does that place happen? Like location-wise? Is this the one we can open? It is! Ooh, Spiritual Ward. Let's take a look at this thing. Alright, Spiritual Ward, rare. Damage taken is reduced by 20%, but spirit point gains are reduced by 40. Jeez. All right, compared to what we have, we would gain strength. Oh, we gain a good amount of strength and dexterity and vitality. We'd lose a bunch of wrath. We'd lose persistence. We'd lose spirit. Oh, we'd gain health, though, too. You know, I think, compared to the one we have, I think that may be a good trade-off. Yeah, let's give that a try. Oh man, that sounds awesome! It's at the fairgrounds? Okay, cool. I didn't know if it was one of those, like, it's at the weird municipal building in Barrie, because sometimes things like that are there, or like some other weird place, or one of the hotel convention centers. But that's a good place for it, if it's at the fairgrounds. Less likely to be all, like, crammed in elbow to elbow. What are you looking at?
Good day to you, miss.
Miss? I'm the hunter Flora Abbott, and I never miss. You?
It is rare, but I've been known to miss. Red McCraith, Banisher.
I heard about you when you first arrived. Is your friend not with you?
She died. She's with me in spirit.
Sad to hear it. I have nothing cleverer than that to say. If you need anything, well, I probably can't help.
What's the word around here?
What do you know? Tell me about your day-to-day.
If I did, would you listen?
About Captain Pennington.
Talk to me of Captain Pennington.
I've worked for worse. I'm able and I give him no trouble. In return, he makes sure I get none. He respects me. That makes him an excellent judge of character. Don't you think?
About Helen Preece.
What can you tell me about Helen Preece?
Not my favorite person, if I'm honest, but in the fight against the dead, she's an asset.
About you. No, about you.
How are you yourself?
I do my work and do it well. A few notice.
All right. You hunt for the fort.
So you hunt for the fort? Are you part of the train band?
I serve, in my way. Before the curse, I traded with the people of New Eden. Meat and fur bartered for whatever they had that I needed.
How did you end up in New Eden? You won't mind me saying that you're not like most people here.
And yet, I am a New Englander. Born on a farm not far from Boston, but always preferred the wild. So I came to New Eden. In time, I came to love it. It's cursed, and I'm still here, aren't I?
Fair enough.
I'll take my leave of you, Flora.
I'll not stop you.
All right. Okay, here's the store.
Greetings. Welcome to Ingersoll's General Store. I'm Bathsheba Ingersoll, the owner. What can I get you?
Bathsheba. That's an interesting name.
A comb, perhaps?
A comb. Very funny. Red McCraith, and pleased to meet you.
I met your friend Miss Duarte briefly in New Eden Town. I'm so sorry for your loss. She seemed a vibrant and resolute young woman.
And she seemed eager to leave town as quickly as possible.
What's the word around here?
The shopkeeper must hear everything that goes on. Tell me something interesting. Just between us.
You assume me to be a gossip monger? What do you wish to know?
About Captain Pennington.
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
He lets me trade. I like the man. He says Ingersoll's store is good for the fort. I very much agree.
About Helen Priest.
What can you tell me about Helen Priest?
I like her, though she's impetuous. Terse, even. She fancies herself a leader when she should know her place, and that place is below the captain. Thinking about it, no, I don't think I do like her.
About Jericho.
More generally, how fares Fort Jericho?
Well, it's cold. Folk are hungry more often than not. I've little to tell you won't hear from someone else. But Ingersoll's is open, so all is well with me.
Tell me about you.
Tell me about your store. Tell me about you.
The original Ingersoll's in Boston was grand and fine, but it burned in the North Square fire of '91. We moved to New Eden with Nathaniel. But before Natty could return home, my husband died. Then came the curse. And now here we are. Welcome to Ingersoll's of Fort Jericho.
You never wanted to do anything else?
My husband was prosperous and affluent. I was young and clever. We made an excellent match. He taught me everything I know. The store is my business. My legacy. My story. It is who I am. I don't like running a store. I love it.
Okay. Love what you do.
Shall we trade?
I rather think we should, sir. What interests you?
Oh wow, she got a lot of stuff. Hello, what is this? Zen Mine Decoction. Hitting an enemy with a rifle stock attack reloads the rifle? That's kind of neat, not gonna lie. Alright, what's this? That's a brooch. Manifestation damage is increased by 100%, but cooldowns are increased by 100%. Ooh, I don't know if that's worth it. What about this? Amulet. Damage dealt by red Nanti is increased up to 20%. They'll lower the spirit gauge. Huh. Interesting. And then she's just got a bunch of other stuff. Anything there we really need? Oh, magnetite. Pyrite. Yeah, we literally just got a new decoction, but that's a level 5 already. I'm kind of intrigued by this. Well, we know these are here. We can come back if we really want to check them out. About Ferdinando Miller's things.
Ferdinando Miller sold you a few things recently, right? May I have a look?
You may, yes. Though I doubt they'd be much use to you. Unless you've got a knack for art. Mr. Miller mostly sold me paintings. You can't miss them, they're the only ones I have.
Okay.
I must take my leave.
And may God go with you.
All right. Paintings. Where's your paintings? Well, let's yoink your other stuff first. If we can. All right, that's locked.
Pretty. The work, I mean.
Not our ghost eye, though. Let's try the forge.
Oh, I thought, no, it was just, hello, get out the way. All right, we can't go in there either. Is this, oh, this looks blacksmithy to me. Sup, duder? Can we talk? Hello? Oh, well, who the heck are we supposed to talk to here then? See, she's got glowy bits in her. That's not right, is it? That guy does too. Alright, do we need to go into this house?
A note?
Let's see.
Joseph, I received the things you owed me. They're good. I thought you a liar. It seems you are not. Rebecca's slave Ferdinando was not satisfied with his dead mistress's fortune. By Pennington's order, he's a free man now, and a merchant to boot. This shite shall be the end of us, mark me. Anyway, we are quits, you and I. Until next we shuffle cards in the barracks with the men. I'll fleece you then once more. Theodore. So he's a racist.
Ferdinando was a slave. She was his owner.
He wants a clean slate.
He wants a clean slate. Tabula rasa. We know where to go. The barrack room.
Looks like we went to some places out of order. This is the blacksmith, isn't it?
Good day, sir. Nathaniel Sather at your service. What can I do for you?
Mr. Sather remains to be seen. Red McCraith, by the way. The Banisher.
What's the word around here?
You have, as my granny would say, the power to talk the back legs off a two-footed donkey. But I bet you listen, too. What do you hear hereabouts?
Little of interest. Pennington has signed John Rumble to the train band, which means nothing at all to me. I believe John was down the flooded mine. That can't have been fun. Maybe the militia will be good for him.
Huh? Never know who'll take to soldiering.
You say that, and I defer to your experience, but I'm sure it's not for me.
About Pennington.
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
The captain? I've not a single bad word to say about that dismally antiquated, superannuated old man. His depth of experience is inspiring, although I shudder to think what those experiences have done to him. But we should respect our elders. We should listen to their point of view, and then ignore it as we look to the future.
Didn't dump grape drink all over me this time. Ha ha ha! About Helen Priest.
What do you think of Helen Priest, then?
I'd put her in charge if I could. She's bright, trustworthy, thinks for herself. She's not married to old doctrine. People here are desperate. They're sick, they need courage. And Helen Priest fears nothing.
And Jericho?
More generally, how fares Fort Jericho?
It's cold. Our clothes are inelegant, the walls are drab. There's no music, no conviviality. There's no gaiety.
No gaiety?
Isn't much of a city, but I miss it. I wonder what I could make of this place were I allowed.
You can paint a turnip red, but it still won't be an apple.
That's a saying.
True. But stack enough red-painted turnips about the place, and even the douriest Scotsman shall surely crack a smile.
Tell me about yourself.
You seem a chatty fella.
We see precious few new faces around here. You'll forgive me if I use you for fresh conversation.
Tell me about yourself. Share your business. Tell me what's important to you.
I'm from Boston. I love it very much. So much more lively. A fine mix of conviviality and anonymity. I miss that life.
Conviviality, that's quite a word.
Music. The colour and the splendour. The dance of commerce. The flower sellers' forget-me-nots. Oh, the forget-me-nots. I very much wish to go home.
What are you doing here, then?
I'm the shop boy. When the store moves, I move with it. Old man Ingersoll opened up a general store in Boston back in '78. Then he married Bathsheba. I came with them to New Eden intending to quickly return, but Mr. Ingersoll died. I extended my stay. They took me on when I was just a boy. I've no family. All I have is my Thomas, my closest friend.
All right, later,
I
Gator.
must go. Thank you for your time.
Take care, and mention it not.
All right, let's go back to that bunkhouse now. Nope, this way. This way. I bet it's that feather, isn't it? That I noticed before. That's what we're looking for.
A stroke, the quill resonates. An echo, perhaps.
We just didn't have the trigger for it.
I only recognize my name in the list.
Distant family, but I can't disinherit them.
I would never ask you that. To have met you is already more than I ever expected. If I was to lose you, God forbids, I cherish all that reminds me of you.
Oh, that was a lie.
If you were to lose me, all that I own would now be yours.
He claimed not to love her. Why lie?
Maybe he didn't lie.
Maybe he didn't lie. Maybe he pretended to love her.
Let's see what he has to say about it.
Knowing she loved him, Ferdinando Miller pretended to love Rebecca Hardgrave too. So Ferdinando Miller pretended to love Rebecca Hardgrave so he would inherit her wealth. Who's this guy? Oh, is this that guy we already talked to?
Good day to you, John.
Yep, it is.
McCraith.
Later, Gator. Thought you were someone else.
Thank you for your time, John.
Lord bless and keep you.
Hey, we didn't get to talk to his wife last time. Let's see if we can talk to her now.
Please excuse my husband. He really is as unpleasant as he sounds. And who are you, then?
Red McCraith, ma'am. I'm a banisher.
Are you, indeed? Pleased to meet you, Mr. Banisher. I'm Abigail Rumble. Thanks to you, me and my husband should soon be able to go back to our mountains.
You live outside the fort.
You and your husband prefer an isolated life outside the fort.
I have a roof above my head, my belly is rarely empty, and I live by my beliefs. We suffered for many years. By comparison, this is bliss.
Do you not find it dangerous out here? Just the two of you alone.
I thank you for your concern, but we live how we live, and it makes us quite contented.
What's the word around here?
Anything talk-worthy round these parts?
Ferdinando Miller has been the talk of the town lately. He has had much good fortune, and many resent him for it. I like the lad. He's polite, helpful, listens to his customers. He deserves no backbiting.
Count Pennington.
What's your thoughts on Pennington? A good leader?
He gave John a job. That was good. We hadn't worked since we left the Bly place. He saw John's promise and gave him his chance. I'd say he's a good leader.
Helen Priest.
Helen Priest seems to get the work done.
The captain trusts her with his life. So do I. John adores her. When the fort was attacked, she proved us right. I like having a strong woman in charge.
About your husband?
Your husband won't mind us talking.
No. Why would he? We are faithful and trustworthy. As, I'm sure, are you.
She doubts your intentions.
No need to worry about me, ma'am. I'm spoken for.
Good. We understand one another. My husband and I are very close. Very close indeed.
Then you have my admiration. Sustaining such closeness takes much tolerance and hard work.
You don't know how good you've got it.
All right, later, Gator.
I'll let you get back to your day, madam.
If you need anything, feel free to ask.
That was a pretty positive character reference for Ferdinando, though. So, I don't know. Was he lying? Guess we'll see what he has to say.
Banisher?
About your past.
Folk talk about you. About your past.
I know what they say. They say I am a murderer. They are wrong. As she lay dying, Rebecca Hargrave gave me my freedom. Before that, I was her slave.
How very romantic.
If it weren't for the captain, the good people of New Eden would have let me die too.
You didn't share Rebecca's feelings.
Rebecca was in love with you. The feeling was not mutual. True?
I was her pet. A dog nuzzling its master, hoping she might loosen its leash. She loved me, she said. I allowed her to think I loved her back.
You're right.
I sat up and begged and let her pet me. I was a very good boy.
You gulled her, then took advantage.
To a slave, a crumb of freedom tastes like a loaf. You'd have done no different. And I do the same again. Enough chitter-chatter. Perhaps you should get back to work. What am I paying you for?
Begged or begged. Begged with a B. As in Bancy. You're paying for this? But it's not that easy.
I'm a banisher, Mr. Miller, not a rat catcher. Ghosts were human. They're emotional, full of hopes and fears about the past and the future too. To find out what ties the ghost to the living and end the haunting, I must know the story. You want me to finish the job? Then the story must be told. The ghost must manifest.
I do not like this idea. This idea can shit itself 6 times by sundown.
Come on, break the brooch and let's get it over with.
Break the brooch down!
No choice remains. Let it be done. And I'll be done with it!
You know the general idea behind Squirrel Girl is the number of squirrels are able to overwhelm somebody, but it never shows the field upon fields of massacred squirrel corpses.
Not glad to see me.
Now, Banisher! End this!
Not now.
Y'all gotta talk this out.
I need to hear the truth, both of you. That reminds me. Rebecca, you omitted to tell us that Ferdinando was your slave. That you owned him.
I loved him.
I was a slave! I was not free to leave. What kind of love is that?
What are you saying? We loved each other.
Love? No. I told my master what she wanted to hear. I gulled her with a lie. I thought you a fool. But no, you believed me because you wanted to. Yet you didn't believe me, did you? Not entirely. That's why you never freed me.
I loved you, and you loved me. It was but a piece of paper. A piece of paper and a guarantee. I needed a guarantee.
You don't know what love is. You know only fear.
I love you.
You feared being
You
undesired,
love me.
being unnoticed, being alone.
How very human of you, Mistress Hargrave, but hardly an excuse to own a man.
Time to give this love story an ending.
So she fell in love with him. He had really no say in the matter. And I feel like she was in the wrong here. While I don't think it's necessarily enough to banish her, well, but still, she took advantage of another human being and, like, locked him into this terrible situation. But whatever, this helps our wife.
Rebecca Hardgrave, you are blinded by your emotions. You cannot see the harm you do.
How can love be harmful?
You imposed your love on someone who could not refuse it. It was just another chain with which to bind
Abuse
him.
of power.
I only wanted him to be happy.
No, you didn't. You wanted him to be yours.
There is nothing for you.
My own master at last. You understood. I misjudged you. Thank you. Take this for your trouble. Can I help you?
Being a merchant here seems difficult.
You'll forgive me for this, but being a merchant here in New Eden seems a difficult calling.
Why? My father was a trader. At his elbow, I learned to count. And I learned to converse. There is no trade without conversation. And all conversation is a trade. And here's the thing. In conversation, my father said the wrong thing. He angered a soba. Suddenly, my father was dead, and I was the merchandise. Who better to be a trader abroad than a man who has been traded abroad?
Fair.
Farewell to you, Mr. Miller, sir.
I'll always be glad to see you, my friend. Come to me if you need anything.
Afraid of losing Ferdinando, the man she loved, she kept him enslaved. All right, well, got that mystery solved. Whoops. All right, well, we'll just go this way. All right, let's go back to our love shack and get this saved, and then we will jump on over and play some ARBs. Pretty well accurate for being on time tonight. Not too shabby. All right, we picked up that. Was it a brooch that we picked up? No. What did we... Oh, it was an amulet. That's what we picked up. Picked up this one. Gives more strength, more dexterity, more vitality, more health. Heck yeah, well, might as well go for it. Are there upgrades for it? No, not yet. All right, that is cool. Upgrades for this decoction. Oh, scourge accretion. Yeah, we don't want to use that just yet. And that was the same with the wristband. All right. Oh, we have an evolution. Damage taken by red is reduced up to 20% the lower the spirit gauge. Using Ensnare while the Banish gauge is full increases Ensnare damage by 1,400%. That's... Damage taken is reduced by 25 while an enemy's ensnared. Spirit point gains are increased by 30%. Leap triggers an area of effect dealing spectral damage. Mutilation. Spirit points cost of manifestations is reduced by 30. Outburst cooldown. Switching to Antia increases the damage of the next manifestation by 20%. Okay, that's kind of cool. Damage dealt by Antia is increased by 30%, but damage increased by red is... Damage dealt by Antia is increased by 30. Damage taken by red is increased by 15. So she does more damage and he gets hurt easier. That may be a fair trade-off. That may be a fair trade-off. Oh, that's when she goes, brah! Area is increased by 30%. Okay, that may be what we want. Yeah, I think that's the one we want. Yeah, let's do that. All right, now we can't save it when we're sitting next to the fire, so we just got to stand up. Then we can... Oh, we have to step outside and then we can save it. There we go. All right, saving the game. There we go. Got some of the a little more tedious work done today, but it's important nonetheless as the story goes. All right, and with that, we are going to jump on over, fire up some Marbs, and get ready to roll. Cloud error, Banishers. Uh-oh, what happened? Unable to sync? Why not? Okay, there we go. Now it's synced. Wow, we've played 30 hours of Banishers already. And it looks like we've only got about a third of the accomplishment, so it seems like we're probably only about a third of the way through the game, which means we're looking at like a 100-hour game here to get through. So that's something. That's something. I wonder how many hours we've played Marbs. I don't even want to know. It's probably so many. Like 6+ years worth of Marbs. Okay, well I'm kind of curious. While it loads up in the background here. Okay, so we've played 30 hours of Banishers. We've played 330 hours of Marbs. 330 hours. Wild. Absolutely wild. But what else is wild is calling all Marb Stars. Calling all Marb Stars. I said calling all Marb Stars. Calling all Marb Stars. It's time to roll. It's time to roll. It's that time once again. The Ames is open. Come on over. Grab your purchases. Come on down to the service desk. It's time to play Marbles on Stream. That's right. It's time to play Marbles on Stream. Calling all Marb Stars. Oh, yeah. Get that exclamation point play in the chat. It's as easy as that. Kind of hate listening to your hours because I know what mine have been for Rivals. Do you think that's the highest of all of your games though, or do you think you have others in your library that you've played for longer, like Slay the Spire or something like that? Or just imagine some of the what was it, DOA? Was it DOA 3? On Xbox that you had like a month worth of gameplay at one point. All right, we got Waddy, Jim, HB, Seema, Rickshaw Tom, MySpace Tom, and your boy. That's 7 Marb Stars. Do we have one more Marb Star out there who wants to jump on in? Exclamation point play. You'd open up that coveted 8th place position and the possibility of hat tricks. So exclamation point play. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you. Is CB Geek still out there? Is CB Geek still out there? He could be the one we're waiting for. He could be the one that we want. One that we want. But calling all Marb Stars, exclamation point play. We just need one. We need one more Marb Star. We're holding out for a hero. We're holding out for a hero to the end of the night. They got to be strong. They got to be fast. They got to be fresh from the fight. Exclamation point play. Let's make it happen. Oh, Phoenix? Yeah, Phoenix was here earlier too. Let's see.
Paging Phoenix, if you're in the store, come on down to the service desk to play some Marbs. Paging Phoenix, if you're in the store. Paging Pudge the kitten, if you're still in the store. Exclamation point play, come on down to Marbles on Stream. Exclamation point play, come on down to Marbles on Stream.
Oh, and there's CB Geek. CB Geek is our hero. He's not going to wait and be our monkey wrench. He's being our hero, our 8th Marb Star, jumping on in race number 1, giving us immediate access to hat tricks and that coveted 8th place position. He was still awake a few minutes ago. Well, thank you, Seema. Thank you. I'm sure that I've played about a month of several games at this point. Star Trek Online, 906 hours, 0K, nearly 3,000 hours. We're not sure how accurate that is. Game was likely left overnight for a few days.
Lizard.
Fallout 4, 579 hours. Starfield, 513 hours. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that makes my 300-something hours of Marbs not seem like that big a deal. But then again, we only have like less than an hour every time we stream, so it's like 2 hours, maybe 2 hours a week. So that's 2 hours a week, 52, 100 hours a year, even less than that, because if we're at 300, I don't know. How does time work? No one knows. Can't explain that. Before I could play in World of Warcraft, my main character had about 170 days played over the course of about 20 years. Wow, that's wild. Yeah, I don't even know what would be the game I've put the most number of hours. Probably Eternal Darkness. But since I played on the GameCube, I don't really have a way of gauging that. When it comes to Steam, though, it probably is Marbs. I don't think I have anything else in my Steam catalog that I've put more hours in. So 89 hours into Planet Crafter. Yeah, 330 for Marbs. What else did I just put a lot of random hours in? I know I played a lot of Vampire Survivors. 75 hours. Okay, well, I guess what I consider a lot isn't necessarily a lot. Then again, outside of stream, I really don't play games. I really don't. Stream is really like my opportunity to play games. What about Rogue Tower? I've put a bunch of hours into Rogue Tower. Rogue Tower. 66 hours. Yeah, I guess I just haven't put a whole lot of hours into anything. Huh. Well, now I know. Now I know. Over 90,000 or 900,000. Waddy's Clicker Hero is at over 9,000 hours. Elite Dangerous 372 hours. Age of Empires 2 335. Plants vs. Zombies 298. Wow. I'm trying to think, is there anything that I've played more than once that I might have some hours racked up in? I just don't know. Let's see, I played Dear Esther a few times. I don't think that's in my Steam catalog, though. No, it's not. GTA 5, 90 hours. That's just sort of fucking around, just shooting stuff. Yeah. Yeah, my numbers ain't great. The longest I spent on a Life is Strange game, though, was Life is Strange True Colors. I put 22.9 hours into that one. Then again, we had the Steph DLC as well. Whew, that snuck up on me. I'm awake now. Next time I play Rivals on stream, I will look up my hours. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else here that I would have played for a really long amount of time. The ones I thought I had big hours in, I really didn't. And or they were console games, so I have no freaking clue. Oh, what about Timberborn? 74. Okay, yeah, games I thought I put a lot of hours in, I guess I really didn't. Oh. Now we know. Now we know. All right, well, we got 8 Marb stars on the board. I think that's about what we're going to be rolling at magic number-wise. So we got myself, CB Geek, MySpace Tom, Rickshaw Tom, HB, Seema, Jim, and Waddy. Anybody else out there, if I didn't say your name, you're not on the board. Exclamation point, play. Otherwise, we're going to get rolling. Sadness. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare multiplayer should also be very high hours and doesn't, so my old games aren't being tracked properly. Boo. Okay, HB's off to bed. All right, have a good week. Good week. Have a good sleep, HB. I was looking at the word week when I said that. But have a good sleep, HB, and we'll be cheering you on as you get prepped on up and ready for your big next week. And we'll see you Tuesday for Spicy Pizza Night. All right, Rickshaw Tom leading the charge going left, and Seema leading the charge going right. We're just going to fly back here. Back way up so we can try to keep an eye on all the Marbs. But speaking of Life is Strange True Colors, I am still reading through Steph's novel, and I'm really enjoying it. And part of me really feels like I want to once I get to the end of the novel. I kind of want to play through True Colors again, just because I think across the whole series, Steph is still my favorite character. So why not? All right, Seema in the lead here. Rickshaw Tom, though, very close behind in that sexy silver second. All right, Rickshaw Tom through the funnel. Waddy skirting past Seema, stealing second place so far. Oh, but we got some teamwork here, busting through these family jewels. Rickshaw Tom, though, going the wrong way. You can go the wrong way. Oh, wrong lyrics. But it seemed to be a great equalizer here. Waddy still in the lead, maybe? No, Rickshaw Tom going back in the lead. Oh, but we got to bust through some more family jewels here. All right, everyone in the pile. We need everyone smashing their Marbs against it at the same time. We got to line it up. All right, Seema and CB Geek now into the lead. HB, go to sleep for a week. Well, I guess it's better than being locked in the Ames for a week. At least Ames has a department for everything, so you know, there'd be stuff to eat and display model beds to sleep in. And a toy section for when you get bored. And some of them had, like, display unit Nintendos and stuff that you could go play. Seema in the lead. CB Geek second. Waddy in third. MySpace Tom has moved up into fourth. All right, now we got to heck with some gears and probably the biggest freaking curler on the planet. What is Aniva thinking? It's taller than she is. All right, we got to bust through some more family jewels here. Oh, but HB and your boys skirting around the outside. Seema rolling down the steps. Whose gamble will pay off here? We shall see. And it is now midnight, April 25th, 2026. 5 months until your boy's birthday. 5 months until your boy's birthday. Mom's locked to the Ames for the last week. Well, we let her out for a few hours, and now she's back in there. Well, we can think of it like those people that used to, put a chair outside the venue so they could be the first one to buy tickets. Or camp out outside the store so they could get one of the limited edition items that's going on sale inside. So grateful Eric released me tonight. Yippee! You would not believe what goes on in that Ames After Dark. Ames After Dark. There's more than just bargains in this bag full. All right, MySpace Tom is now in the lead. Rickshaw Tom is in second. Jim is in third. Seema trying to close the gap in fourth. Couple days until my birthday. Woo! Gonna have yourself a birthday stream? Oh, HB eats a pizza, but secured the 8th, and that's okay, though. Securing it for the Pact. Well done. And I know it's not the Flame of Oblivion because no one has crossed the finish line yet. Oh, Rickshaw Tom, MySpace Tom, and Jim, everyone's succumbing. What the heck is happening? Oh, they're getting... Oh, I see. They're not sticking the landing. Oh. Winner, no one. We all got denied. All right, well, we're starting off with a Yeetsa Pizza party for everyone. And HB secured the 8th for the Pact, and I was the last one through. So technically, I was on, or the first one. I don't know how the heck this worked out. So, whatever. I guess that, but that doesn't count as a W though. I'm not counting this as a W. In terms of a hat trick and everything, I can't in good conscience count this as a W because it's a not finish. So, Waddy second, CB Geek third, Seema fourth, Jim fifth, MySpace Tom at sixth, Rickshaw Tom seventh, HB securing the 8th though for the Pact. We will count that. Let's move on to race number 2, Electric Boogaloo. Racing boosts illumination. Oh, maybe this one has boost in it. Exclamation point play. Let's find out. Let's find out. Where the heck are... Oh, okay, there's Jim. Jim's on the... Okay, where the heck is everyone else? Oh, okay, we were just zoomed way the hell in. That's weird. All right, exclamation point play, everyone. We got a weird... we got a Yipe Stripes Fruit Stripe Gum flavored tunnel up ahead of us. So it's going to be over real quick. Flavor-wise. It's like the opposite of Flavor Town. It's like a flavor crossroads. Like it just has a stoplight and no buildings. I don't know, maybe. Gonna have myself a birthday dinner, sounds like. As you should. Gonna have, Mom and I were just hashing out what's going on. Who knows, maybe we'll end up back here on stream. Maybe I'll end up passed out. Guess we'll see. And it doesn't have to be on your birthday, but like a stream the week of your birthday so you can celebrate yourself is always a good thing. All right, 6 Marb stars on the board. 8 is our magic number. 8 is our magic number. Oh, that's not the right song. All right, looks like we got Seema, myself, Waddy, MySpace Tom, CB Geek, and Jim. So we're missing Rickshaw Tom. And we did lose HB, though. We did lose HB to sleep. So we at least have race number 1 that had the 8th. So if we can get Rickshaw Tom back on the board. That's 7 Marb stars. If we can pick up another one along the way, then that would be great. Well, I mean, I guess I am pretty fucking rad. So rad. Hashtag modesty. Hashtag the most modest. And if you're changing the mechanics of a video game, then you would be the most modest. Because modding.
Yeah.
Seema, you are on the board. You're right up there at the top.
Paging Rickshaw Tom, if you're out there, exclamation point play. Paging Rickshaw Tom, you're wanted at the service desk. Thank you for shopping at Ames.
Eats a sleeve of Girl Scout Thin Mints. That's what you're supposed to do, isn't it? That's why they're wrapped in that weird plastic that you can't close back up. It's because you're supposed to eat them all at once. That's by design, isn't it? I'm not wrong in that, am I? If I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. And what's interesting is I am in no way, shape, or form a fan of things that are chocolate mint flavored, with the exception of Girl Scout Thin Mints. That is the only exception to the rule. I'll eat those by the sleeve. But anything else that's a combination of mint and chocolate, no thank you. I am not a fan. All right, Rickshaw Tom's on the board. Anybody else out there lurking wants to jump on in? If we have one more Marb star, we could reopen that coveted 8th place position for some more races. We'd love to have you. Exclamation point play in the chat. It's as easy as that. Better save some for me. That's just not right. Seema. Wife ran into a group of scouts hanging out outside the grocery store, exchanged currency for goods. Oh, $20. I wanted a peanut. $20 can buy many peanuts. Explain how. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. All right, speaking of exchanging things for goods and services, let's get rolling here. Let's get rolling. I made this grape drink a little stronger than usual. I didn't think I did, but like it's like super grape. Okay, we dropped into a warp hole. Okay, there we are. There we are. All right. Come back, Marb stars. I got these tiny little legs. I can't keep up. Come on, guys. Slow down. I got these tiny little legs. All right, now we're in Yipe Stripes Fruit Stripe Gum sponsored tunnel. Flavor doesn't last, but we'll outlive it. I guarantee nothing. That one was satisfying. Oh, man. You ever have a burp so big and so deep it feels like it like pulls itself out of your ass? That makes no sense to me either, so don't put any thought into that and forget I even said it. All right, Seema leading the charge here, but going right through the center of the labyrinth. Risky move there, risky move. Does not pay off. MySpace Tom going round the outside. Jim moving into first place, though. Oh, no, but we got some teamwork to bust through this family jewel. Waddy, MySpace Tom, and Jim, some good teamwork there. Jim getting a boost, though. Holy crap. Zippity-zop zoom. Holy crap, I didn't realize. We went through the fruit stripe wall. And now we can't get back through. Oh, now we can. It's not solid. I repeat, it is not solid. All right, looks like Waddy's in the lead, I think. W does stand for Waddy, folks. We shall see. That's right. The spheres go in the square hole. Now, how about the arch? Where does that go? That's right. Into the arch goes into the square hole. Oh, God. That video is so great. It's one of those timeless ones that'll never not be entertaining. It's up there, like, there's that one, and there's the one, like, am I Pergonant? Am I Pregert? Am I Pregant? All right, is that Family Jewel we busted through? I think so. All right, Waddy is still in the lead. Pregante. All right, random pyramid there. We got to work our way through. Waddy, though, scooting right on through like it ain't even a thing. Looks like your boy in second. Jim is in third, rounding out the top three. All right, your boy in second. Jim trying to close that distance. Rickshaw Tom, though, trying to do the same. Pregante, Pregun, Pregat. Well, I said W stands for Waddy, folks. I don't make the rules. And it is indeed the case. Waddy with the W. There was no eighth to be had, so naturally, the W goes to Waddy. Here comes your boy for that sexy silver second. Got to lock that in, just like that. Oh, and Rickshaw Tom got ahead of Jim, stealing that third, rounding out the top three. Yeah, W stands for Waddy, folks. Jim fourth. CB Geek trying to steal that fourth. Just couldn't pull it off, though. CB Geek getting fifth. CMOS sixth. And MySpace Tom rounding things off. Closest to eighth as a Marp could get. But there is no eighth to be had. That's all right. Let's move on to race number 3. We're halfway there. Whoa. Living on a prayer. Haunted Steve activity. It's called Haunted Steve activity. Exclamation point play. Some asshole leaving my neighbor's party just did a burnout and barrel ass down the road like an asshat. The asshole was being an asshat. They were working it from both ends. I was driving to work this morning. Traffic was moving along like usual. There's a bit of a pocket of cars that I was in. That's not abnormal. There was me, a couple cars behind me, and then in the left lane, there was a couple cars there as well. We were in a section of the highway where the speed limits dropped down to 55. We're going somewhere between 55 and 60. Like, everything's moving. Like, it's not a big deal. And then out of freaking nowhere, someone on a Harley splits the lanes, goes right between all of us, going like 75, 80. Boom! Almost freaking shit myself and drove off the road because it's so freaking loud and aggressive and sudden at 7-something, 8 o'clock in the morning when I'm not even awake yet. Asshat. All right, 6 Marb stars on the board. We got Waddy, CB Geek, CMod, Jim, myself, and MySpace Tom. We're just waiting for Rickshaw Tom and anyone else out there that wants to jump on in. Exclamation point play. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you. Hope he doesn't meet up with one of them big old deer that hang out over there. Oh, dear. I tell you, I'm going to be ready for bed once we get finished with our Marbs. All right, then we got to page Rickshaw Tom again.
Paging Rickshaw Tom. You're wanted at the service desk. Paging Rickshaw Tom. You're wanted at the service desk. Thank you for shopping at Ames. We got bargains by the bagful. Oh, yeah.
All right, there he is. There he is. And of course, anybody else hanging out, lurking, wants to jump on in, we'd be happy to have you. Exclamation, a point, a play. I don't know if Phoenix is still out there or anyone else who jumped in earlier in the night. But let's get rolling. We've at least had our 1/8, so that is covered. Because we do have an overall 8th to look forward to when we get to the end of the Grand Prix. But we'll see what Haunted Steve activity is. World record set by Thermi, 2 minutes, 16 seconds. All right, looks like Waddy or Jim was the first Marb out of the tube. We'll see how that translates to getting out the funnel. All right, and it's your boy first one out. Jim very close behind, though. Making it a race. Everyone going left? Oh, and Waddy going right. She can go her own way. All right, Jim in the lead. Your boy second. CB Geek in third. Do Haunted Steve activities have anything to do with Blue's Clues? I don't know. They could. They might. Blue's Clues, Blue's Clues. You know what to do. Sit down in your thinking chair and think. Think. Because when you use your mind to take a step at a time, you can do anything that you want to do. All right, Jim leading the charge here. Waddy in second. Looks like Rickshaw Tom in third. Oh, Jim getting turned around, going backwards. Can Waddy capitalize on that? We shall see. W does stand for Waddy, folks. And Waddy moving into the lead. Jim getting turned around again. But Waddy getting the assist from Ann Ives Curler to hold on to first place, at least for now. Jim in second still. Rickshaw Tom in third. Oh, but now Waddy getting kicked around going the wrong way. And Jim getting the assist from Ann Ives Curler. And Iva just playing the chaos card this time. Jim gambling going through the center of the labyrinth and it paying off. Waddy trying to go round the outside, round the outside, and paying for it. All right, Jim getting turned around by the Spinneroonie here. Rickshaw Tom moving through the labyrinth. Oh, Jim's stuck in the Spinneroonie. Oh, no. Could be anyone's race at this point. Here comes CP Geek, though. Skirting right past Jim, stealing that W. Look at CP Geek go. Waddy. Oh, Waddy just barely getting that second. Jim ended up in the top three, though. Ended up in the top three. Rickshaw Tom in fourth. Why did that make me think of Ravine?
Ah, sleep! That's where I'm a Viking!
Seema in fifth. Looks like MySpace Tom going to drop in for sixth. And here's your boy, dead last. But no accusations of hacking or ploys there if I'm dead last. Only if I win. But CB Geek with the W. There's no eighth to be had, so let's move on to race number 4. Penultimate race number 4 to 5. Baffling, absurd Zenith. Exclamation point play. Did anybody else have a Zenith brand TV back in the day at some point in their life? I think all of my grandparents' TVs, at least the ones they had in the 90s that I can remember, all of them were Zeniths. Fun fact. They made some early PCs too. That I didn't know. I guess I'm kind of not surprised, though. Guess I'm not surprised. All right, exclamation point play, everybody. We got myself, CB Geek, and Jim. First 3 Marbs on the board. World record here set by Rodrigo Mueller. 2 minutes, 41 seconds. Oh,
I shit my pants in the
middle of Aldi.
I only went in to get some fucking
Garibaldi.
A big hot log right next to the pasta.
All right, everybody sing along. Verse number 2.
I shit my pants in the middle of Aldi. I just went in to get some fucking Garibaldi. A big fat log right next to the pasta. I've been banned from Aldi, so it's have to go to Asda.
You guys really nailed the harmonies there. You really nailed the harmonies. Exclamation point play, everybody. All right, 6 Marbs on the board. We're just missing 1. We got Jim, MySpace, Tom, Waddy, CB Geek, Seema, and your boy. Sounds like we're missing Rickshaw Tom again. We're going to have to page him to the service desk. We'll see. If we have to give him the official page, or if Rickshaw Tom will jump on in of his own free will. I believe they were also Zenith branded record players and radios. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had a hand in a lot of like home electronics of the sort. I think my grandpa might have had a. It was either Zenith or it was either Zenith or Radio Shack or like what was the in-house like Radio Shack electronic Realistic. Actually, I think that's what it was. I think it was a Realistic, not a Zenith. Like a little boombox thing with a tape player recorder thing that I used to play with a lot as a kid. Like Daewoo. That's a name I've not heard in a long time. Yeah, a lot of old Realistic brand electronic stuff in my households growing up. Because like, you know, a lot of small towns, you didn't have a lot of, you know, it was a trek to get more brand name style electronics, but a lot of places you were closer to a Radio Shack than you were to anything else, you know, at that point in history. So I still have an old Realistic PA mixer. It's absolute hot ass trash garbage, but I still have it. America's Technology Store. Realistic is Radio Shack. Yep. And I miss it. I do miss Radio Shack. Just the weird shit you could find there, or like in the off chance you needed a capacitor or a really, really shitty microphone. I still may have an old Radio Shack microphone or two kicking around that has like a 1/4-inch jack on the end of it. Like really bad. But enough time has passed that some of that really cheap, especially like pro audio type gear, like some of it's like, I don't necessarily want to say sought after, but like being used in really creative ways. Because like looking back on it, it's like it's shit, but it has a really unique sound sort of shit. But 6 Marbs on the board. All right, I guess we got to do the official page to the service desk for Rickshaw Tom.
All right, paging Rickshaw Tom to the service desk once again. Paging Rickshaw Tom to the service desk once again. Thank you for shopping at Ames and putting your bargains in the bag.
I think I have some of that stuff laying around as well. And I've actually still got... I do. And still in use right now as we speak. This is... I mean, this is just what I can stretch up here. This is a Radio Shack instrument cable. And this is going from my outboard mixer here, and is my audio return from the pedal board on the floor, which is
where our sexy reverb sound comes from. Is from a genuine Radio Shack cable I bought myself at Radio Shack in 2001, I want to say.
And it's still going strong. It's got this thick plastic coating on it, so like it's durable, but it is atrocious to try to carry around because it's so not the type of plastic, the type of coating you would have on this type of wire that it has no memory. If you've never coiled a wire or an extension cord or something the right way, wires have a memory to them. I tried many times, like using heat and other things to try to like put a proper memory into this wire, and it is just absolutely impossible. It is absolutely impossible. But for just sitting here on the floor under the desk, does what it needs to do. And it has a really nice spring relief on the jack ends to lessen the tension on it. It's probably why it's probably the combination of those two things why it still works after all this time. The days in small towns when your Radio Shack radio could pick up the police band so everyone knew what the cops were up to. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, heck, way back in the day, like way back, I'm pretty sure because like when my grandpa still worked on the railroad, he had a lot of radios. Because like anywhere he was, he had to be able to hear. Like even if he wasn't working, he had to be able to hear what was going on with the train and the radio and the line and everything, because he was a roadmaster and lineman. So pretty much at every vehicle and like 3 rooms in the house, there was railroad radios, and I'm pretty sure at least one of them was like this beat up old Radio Shack radio that he was able to get the railroad bands on. They sold scanners forever, NCB stuff. All right, I don't know. We may have lost some MySpace Tom. Not MySpace Tom. We got MySpace Tom. I'm looking right at him. But we may have lost Rickshaw Tom here to the fabled Sleepy Wonderlands as well. But all right, let's get rolling here. We are coming up on 12:30, so I appreciate people's patience. We just don't like to leave Marb Stars behind, but we do got to get back on the board here. And ham radios, too. Yeah, when they made that switch and went all in to trying to just sell phones, that was like that was the worst decision they ever made. But I mean, what else could they have done at that point in time? I don't know. While, hobbying and everything has always been a thing, I think it was in more of a lull at that point in time. I think if they had made it through and were still around today, they could maybe make a bit more of a push with more of the hobby type things that are going on. But again, it's brick and mortar's tough. It's really tough. I mean, heck, the building a couple towns over that used to be the Circuit City is now an O'Reilly Auto Part, but it still looks just like a Circuit City. They just like took the Circuit City thing off the wall and put up a sign that says O'Reilly Auto Parts. Inside, like it's kind of weird because it's still got that Circuit City vibe from like 20 years ago. All right, me and CB Geek, drag racing here, going through those wacky wavy inflatable arm flailing tube men. You have a realistic 2M ham radio. Fancy. Probably not fancy, but does the job. Maybe. CB Geek in the lead officially. Waddy going around the outside, around the outside, around the outside into second. Your boy dropped down into third. What the heck is... Oh, we got a turret here. Taking its aggression out on CB Geek. Oh, now it's taking it out on me. What did I ever do to you, Mr. Turret? You butthole. All right, Waddy is in the lead. CB Geek in second. All right, your boy making it through past the turret into the spinneroonie. All right, 2 minutes, 41 second world record on this course as we go into the flaming pegboard. Oh, CB Geek, though. Going around the outside, round the outside, round the outside, into first place, dropping Waddy down to second. As we head on into this flaming tumble dryer of despair, that'll get your laundry set in a hot second. And we'll be out of the dryer into the finish. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Waddy or is it going to be CB Geek? Where'd you get that from? All right, Waddy scooting out of the tumble dryer just ahead of CB Geek. W stands for Waddy, folks. Believe it or not, it is Factor-Rooney. CB Geek getting that sexy silver second. Can your boy make it through, round out the top three? Looks like it's going to happen. Looks like it's going to happen. There we go. Your boy rounding out the top three. All right, MySpace Tom, though, getting hit by the flames of oblivion. Just waiting for Seemaw and Jim. Where the heck is Seemaw? Oh, Seemaw's already heading to the tumble dryer of despair. Jim, though, gonna get hit by the flames of oblivion. Unfortunately, no way about it. And there you go. Jim hit with the flames of oblivion. But will Seemaw make it out of the tumble dryer into the finish before the flames catch up? We shall see. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. No worries in the world. Seemaw made it. Waddy with the W. All right, it is last call, everyone. You know what that means.
Last call. Last call. Bring your final purchases down to the service desk. We're looking at you, Seemaw. Otherwise, you're going to be locked in the store for another weekend. Last call. Calling all Marb Stars. One last time. Exclamation point play. Thank you for shopping at Ames. Now get out of my store for real this time.
It's pretty ancient, says CB Geek. Probably cost like $150 in the 80s. In 1980s money when it was new. Now my $30 in today's money. Cheap Chinese ham radio runs circles around it. But the realistic's still reliable. Inherited. Exclamation point play D's nuts. Oh, we got Rickshaw Tom in for the last race. So he only missed one. So that should bring us up to 7, but of course, if some rogue Marb Star wants to jump in who hasn't rolled yet, if they want to be our monkey wrench, they certainly can. Exclamation point play, we would welcome it. If you want to be our monkey wrench. But we got 5 Marb Stars, we're looking for 7. Looking for 7. There is a loud drunken... I almost said loud drunken marmot next door. I was like, what? Loud drunken merriment next door. Ah, them kids. Them kids. I remember loud drunken merriments next door. All right, we got myself, CB Geek, Jim, Rickshaw Tom, and Seema on the board. If I didn't say your name, you're not in there. Exclamation point play. It's like we're missing Waddy and we're missing MySpace Tom.
All right, paging Waddy to the service desk for the last race. Paging Waddy to the service desk for the last race. Paging MySpace Tom to the service desk for the last race. Paging MySpace Tom if you're still in the store. to the service desk for the last race. Thank you for shopping at Ames.
All right, we got MySpace Tom on the board, bringing us up to 6. Now we got to wait for Waddy. Otherwise, I don't know. Is Waddy going to get locked in? Is Waddy going to get locked in the Ames until next time? Have to find the little camp out spot that Seemaw found. Spent a week in. I don't know, y'all. Or you think this is a strategy? You think maybe Waddy is not jumping in the last race to try to secure that overall 8th? Which I think might end up going to HB, because HB only rolled in one race. So someone's going to get the overall 8th. I think it's most likely going to go to HB, which would secure it for the Pact. But it could be a legitimate strategy to try to avoid the last race in upping one's odds at getting it. But we'll page Waddy once more, and then we're going to roll.
All right, last chance, Waddy. Last chance, Waddy. Calling you down to the service desk because the store is closing. Paging Waddy to the service desk. The Ames is closing. You don't want to get locked in, or maybe you do. I don't know. You want to spend a weekend locked in the Ames? Be my guest.
Don't do it, Waddy. Save yourself.
Last chance, Waddy. Thank you for shopping at Ames. And if you don't get out, we'll have Waddies by the bag full.
All right. We gotta start the countdown. Waddy may have fallen asleep in the Ames and be stuck there till Tuesday. All right, a very dessert-themed course here. It's called Rocky Blockade Arrangement. I don't know what that has to do with desserts, but we are definitely rolling over a bunch of cookie dough here. You want 2 races so far. No time to give up. Well, could be trying to secure that final 8th. Could be trying to lock in a hat trick, because that is a possible. Well, no, because you would have had to have a Yeats of Pizza to lock in the hat trick. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. That could have just fallen asleep as well. It is a thing. It is a thing that we as humans with bodies unfortunately have to do. I am looking forward to it as soon as we finish up here. Drunken marmots are wild partiers, whistling all night long. All right, driving through this cookie dough labyrinth. Rickshaw Tom moving into the lead. Going towards this cookie dough paddle wheel of sadness. That's a cookie dough peddling. Oh, it's scooting right on through without getting paddled. Oh no, Rickshaw Tom getting shot right off the board, getting some Yeats of Pizza there. No dessert for you, going straight for the pizza. All right, now your boy moving into the lead. Hashtag not hacking, hashtag not rigged. Seemaw in second. It's a weird color combination of this course. It's cookie dough and paint splatter. Something tells me we don't want to eat any of this. All right, here comes your... Oh, MySpace Tom joining Rickshaw Tom and Seemaw for Yeats of Pizza. Your boy with the W. Hashtag not hacking, hashtag not rigged. All right, CB Geek trying to lock in that sexy silver second. Jim trying to round out the top 3. All right, CB Geek sticks the landing for that sexy silver second. Here comes Jim, going to round out that top 3. And sticks the landing. Well done. Your boy with the dub. CB Geek second. Jim third. Seemaw fourth. Getting Yeats of Pizza. MySpace Tom fifth Yeats of Pizza. And Rickshaw Tom rounding out that Yeats of Pizza deliciousness. All right, but now we got to head on over to Victory Valley and see who stands tall and proud and goes home with all the gold, glory, bragging rights, as well as that overall 8th place position. Is it going to be HB like anticipated, or is it going to be a great mystery to be revealed? We shall see. In 3rd place, going home with the bronze, we've got Waddy! So Waddy didn't get the overall dub. Interesting. In 2nd place, going home with silver, sexy silver, we've got... Hey, it's your boy. I'll take a silver. And in 1st place with all the gold, glory, and bragging rights, well, who's it going to be now? It's none other than the most...
Excellent!
CP Geek! A birthday overall dub for Mars. Well, it's in the next week, but still, preemptive birthday celebration. CP Geek stealing the dub. Well done, 138 points, 1 W. Your boy 2nd, 134 and 2. Waddy 3rd, 118 and 2. Jim 4th, 68 0. Rickshaw Tom 5th, 22 and 0. CMOS 6th. HB 7th. MySpace Tom, though, stealing the 8th. Look at that. Rolled in all 5 races and still secured the overall 8th. Ahead of HB, who only rolled in 1. Very interesting. Very interesting. But MySpace Tom,
butthole pleasures. It's not about butthole.
No butthole pleasures this time around. We're just talking about securing the 8th. We don't need to be securing no butthole pleasures. But I think if I'm not mistaken, MySpace Tom is in the pact, so I think the 8th place is secured. All right, for the pact, MySpace Tom has secured it. All right, so there we go. There we go. All is right with the world. And again, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose or where you finish, because we are all
excellent
on this blessed day. Round of applause and phrasing on that last statement. But with that being said, thanks for hanging out tonight. Thanks for humoring me as I took you on that weird mental adventure that I went down this week that ended in me writing a full-length one-man play about former President Chester A. Arthur. So I will continue poking away on that, and I'll give you updates as we have them, as things happen, as the script develops and everything, and we'll see where we're taking it from here. So maybe the unknown presidents will be our thing. I don't know. We'll see. Only one way to find out. Only one way to find out. Thank you for releasing me from the Ames, Eric, says Seema. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Sweet dreams are made of these. Well, you're welcome, Seema. You're welcome. Unfortunately, Waddy is now stuck in the Ames, and at least we'll be back on Tuesday. So Waddy shouldn't be stuck there the whole week. Remember, we'll be back on Tuesday. We'll be doing the hot pizza stream that you earned and voted upon for Chat Chooses My Fate. So that's the super hottest pizza I can make, which includes the death jerky and a super carbonated double boozed beverage to go along with it. Heck of a thing to have to drink on a Tuesday. But that's all right. That's all right. All right. Thanks everyone for hanging on out here. The Chester Drawers of Arthur. All right, let's raid on out here. It is Friday. It looks like our good friend Bolamac is still on. How long has she been going? She's coming up on 7 hours on this one stream. So let's bring some energy and some love over to Bolamac. She's a wonderful streamer, great human being. Is introduced to us in our community through Tall Glass of Bees, who's a moderator over there. So she is one of us, and I think she's in the pact as well, if I'm not mistaken. So bring all that high packed energy over there, and have a great weekend. We'll be back on Tuesday if I don't see you between now and then. Have a great weekend, and I think that was everything we needed to say. And a pact member. Yep, absolutely. So that's it for the spiel. So bring all the love over to Mac. And until next time, so long and good night. So long and good night.
And butthole pleasures. It's not about butthole pleasures at all.
Well, apparently it's about well-timed butthole pleasures, but anyway, let's go. Good night.